Good evening, everybody. This is Encounters, the spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. We're on early tonight, just about 10:30, and we're coming on early for a reason. I want to welcome everybody here, and as I will get into this, and just once we get a lot of people in here, I'll get into what I'm going to say and share with you. If you were on my broadcast a couple nights ago when I was with April on our broadcast. I will tell you what's going on with April right now in just a few minutes. I'm going to wait till we have over 100 people here to let you know what's happening. Good evening, everybody. I'm really amped up here tonight. Welcome to the broadcast. And we just downloaded one of our other Astro Command, not Astro Command, or one of our other encounter broadcasts. And we have another one that's going to be posting that I downloaded, and it will be posted. It should show up probably now, and we will update some information to that as well. We're going to wait till we get more people in here. And we'll be talking about what happened on April's live broadcast earlier tonight before 10 p.m. And we'll let you know what happened before 10 o'clock, about 5 or 10 minutes before 10 p.m. Eastern. What happened to April, our person who's my friend in northern Vermont, and what occurred tonight. Please feel free to invite. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. TikTok has me down to, let me see how many people I can share this with. We're going to see what happens here. I'm back up to where I used to be. Oh, good. We're just going to share. Good evening, everybody. Peacekeeper, UFOs are government aircraft and not from outer space. Incorrect, Peacekeeper, sorry about that. I can help you stay around to thank you for the follow. Some of the reverse engineered craft are from scalar technology that was used to shoot down spaceships. Yes, we do have reverse engineered, what you call UFOs, that are taken from extraterrestrial technology. But not all UFOs are from Earth, and not all UFOs are made on planet Earth. There is reverse technology, and then there are non-terrestrial craft that come from other planetary systems. You're partly right, but not completely. And we're going to get into a little bit here. We're just waiting for more people to come in here. Vegas, welcome to the show. You don't believe in outer space? Well, you're living in outer space. The planet Earth is surrounded by outer space. So whatever space you live in, there is outer space, there's interdimensional, there's multidimensional realities. Man, you got to just wake up. You don't believe in outer space. Nah, I don't care if you're a flat earther, a box earther, a square earther, has nothing to do with space. You live in a place that's in outer space, brother. Wake up. You're surrounded by space. Space is the place. And we're just part of the place in space. We're just part of the human race that's out in space on a planetary system called Earth. I don't care if you're flat Earth, round Earth, square Earth, or blue Earth. We are living in space, brother. Do you understand what I mean? Space. Space is the place. Hey, sometimes it's me. Oh, he's on at different hours when I'm sleeping. He's on late in the morning hours. He's out there. He is definitely on. I know there's no disrespect, brother. And I'm just joking around with you a little bit here, but I just want you to know that we love you, but there is space out there, and there are planets everywhere, universes, solar systems, multi-dimensional realities. And once you start watching my show, brother, you're going to change your perspective. I guarantee it. And welcome to the show, Peacekeeper. I'm glad you're here. So we're going to talk about my friend April. And she was live tonight. And we're going to get into in a couple of minutes what happened, why she was live. And I don't know how many people were watching her live. I happened to be, I was with my family, eating dinner. And I went on to the TikTok, and I knew she was live. She was playing some like really cool music, and everything was really cool. And I didn't stick around long enough. Hey, Joey, good to see you, brother. I didn't stick around long enough when she was live. I have seen two. Oh, interesting, Peacekeeper. So this is going to be interesting, okay? So what I'm going to tell you is that for some of the people that messaged me, that because I didn't stay on, I knew I should have stayed there, but for some reason earlier tonight before 10 o'clock, I was in and out of the TikTok, okay? I knew I should have stayed there. Now, how many people were on when I made a prediction the other night? Does anybody remember what I predicted? If you were on watching my show, what I predicted and I told April. Does anybody remember what I told her? I want to see who remembers. Anybody? What did I say was going to happen? And what night did I say she was not going to be here? Anybody remember? Yes, and what occurred tonight before 10 o'clock, what happened? Anybody was on her live. I should have stayed there for this, but I felt something was going to happen. That's probably why I was going into the room. I was checking in on her. What do you think happened? Anybody who was watching her earlier tonight before 10 o'clock? Who was on her live? Anybody? I predicted she was going on a spaceship. I said that the other night. I told April, I know you're going to be going off planet. I told her that. I said, for some reason, you're going off planet. Be prepared. You're going off planet back on the ship. Now, before 10 o'clock, I got a message from Papa Smurf, which I read, and that's how I knew. I already knew she was going on. I didn't know what night she was going or whatever. He confirmed with me on a message that she had been taken off planet during her live broadcast tonight. She went on the ship tonight. Her father came through the rift and took her on the ship during her broadcast. So she went back on the ship. So she's on the ship right now. I don't know where they are off planet, but I know April is on the ship and they're going somewhere. I get the feeling something important is going on. And she'll be coming back with new information. She said that some of us was on with her tonight, Commander. Yes. We're doing good, Paranormal. So I'm going to stay focused here for a minute or two. Stay focused with me, folks. So April, I told her the other night, I said, April, I know for some reason between now and the next few days, you're going to be taken back on the ship. And a few days ago, last week, she was taken on the ship. I think it was last Monday, maybe. Kay Smith, you were on when she was, I think you were on. There were a few people that said they were on watching her. I was in and out of the broadcast because I heard the music going. She had the lighting going so you can see what was happening. And the next thing, before 10 o'clock, 5 minutes before 10, she was taken on the spaceship of the Astor Command. Karen 82, welcome. So I get the feeling, I did a little meditation before I came on here. And I put the message out to Commander Robar and my cosmic mother, Luna. I said, before I came on here, I said, please, if you can, show yourselves through my broadcast at some point tonight, if that's even possible. It might not be. But I put the message out there telepathically, and I asked them to, if they are able to do that, to join me here. I don't know if that's going to happen or anything, but anyway, she was just taken onto the ship about 5 or 10 minutes before she wasn't, going off the air. They took her on the ship. Hey, Alicia, good to see you. Alicia, were you on when April was taken on the ship tonight? Yes, she's on here. She seems very tearful. Yes, we didn't see anything. Yeah, it looks like It looks like they took her on the ship. Now, I'm not sure what's going to happen if she's coming back in an hour. Now, remember, when she goes on the ship, she could be away for 2 or 3 weeks off planet, which could be 1 hour on planet in our time space. Hey, Pete, Star TV, good to see you. How did it go from 220 to 205? Oh, actually, we're doing good. We're going up there. I have been interested in UFOs since I was a child. Peacekeeper, good. Hey, River Blue, good to see you. We did see her family and fairies dancing, and then she had to go. Yes, I heard Papa Smurf told me she had to go. When she has to go, that means they're taking her on the ship. I think something very important is going to be, she's going to be taken to get more information. And I don't know when she's coming back tonight, but she'll come back at some point, Earth time. It could be in 2 hours Earth time. It could be in 1 hour Earth time. I don't know. And I know for sure, if not tonight, tomorrow night, she'll have something to say about her going off planet. And how many people are not familiar with April? If you're not familiar with the person I'm talking to and you're new to a show, there's a whole story here that is very important to understand if you're a new person. So I'm going to kind of get into that a little bit because it's really important, okay? Addie, good. And anybody else. April lives in northern Vermont. She lives near the Canadian border. I live in Connecticut. And welcome all the new people. April and I work with a thing called the Ashtar Command. The Ashtar Command are the highest level of cosmic spiritual beings in the multiverse. They are the highest level of light. And they are human like we are. And she's been on now 14 times, counting. This will be the 14th time she has been taken by her father off planet. And she was taken off planet tonight. So, no, not tall lights, no. They are men and women like us. They are. We are part of their family. My mother and father are on the same spaceship her mother and father are on. I have 2 sisters and 1 brother that are on the spaceship. And so I am human, but I come from off planet myself. And I came here in the late 50s, early 60s to do mission work. So I came in here on purpose, just to give you some background. April is, she works with the Ashtar Command directly. She went off planet. She doesn't channel anything. None of us use pendulums, cards, crystal balls, none of that stuff. Everything we're sharing with you here is real time. Everything I'm telling you now is real. Everything regarding contact is real here on this show. And this is actually a spiritual UFO talk show. Friday nights we have an Ashtar Command Q&A, which we have every Friday. And I am also a talk show host of NPR's Cosmic Eye Radio for 21 years. So I have a background in this area. I'm a contactee myself. And everything you're going to hear here, the stories people tell you, are coming directly from the audience of people that are watching this show. you know. So, oh, Jay Cool, she was holding crystal and showing pictures of big crystal rock tonight. So that's very cool. I missed that part. I knew when she was playing the music. I stayed there for a little bit, and then I was going back into the kitchen for dinner with my family, and then I find out she was taken off planet. Brie Bella, I don't go anywhere, but my friend April, she just went off planet tonight up in the remote area of Vermont near the Canadian border. She's in the mountain region. There's an Ashtar base in that region of that part of Vermont in the mountains. I used to live up in that area. And she's been in contact with our space family for about 14 times already, to be exact. We'll be going. There's 4 others in our group here in the Northeast that will be going on the ship within probably 12 months. Commander, will other people go up sometime? Yes. It will begin, what will happen is we'll be going with April probably in the next 12 months. We will be, for whatever reason, that's when they plan on bringing the rest of us on the ship. What I'm telling you is a true story. We're going to physically go on the ship. The ship that I'm going to go on will be a ship where I'll see my family, my cosmic family, not my biological mom and dad no longer exist. My brother still exists, and I have cousins and relatives on Earth. But this is my cosmic family, which is on the spaceship. Let's see. Lake in May. I saw a large white regular shaped thing floating above the clouds fast today. Any ideas? You know what? We're going to follow you, and you can tell the story about this on my show tonight. We're going to have you on the show tonight. Lake in May. Don't go anywhere. You're going to be one of our guests. Hey, Michigan. Good evening. Good to see you. Just me. God bless Vermont. That's right. So we're going to do some interviews tonight, but I want to just give a little bit of background to the new people here, that we do a show around usually 11 o'clock at night, but I'm on early. Sometimes I get on before 10:30, which I did tonight. And please like and share. Please tap the buttons. I want to get everyone tapping. If you're watching this show, we want to get to 100,000 likes before midnight tonight, and I know we can do it. So if you don't know how to do the tapping, you just tap your screen, and that makes the hearts start happening. You see the hearts? When everybody taps, those hearts go crazy. That'll increase the amount of people that like the show. So show us that you like it. Does the ship does pyro? They use natural energy. They use energy from the universe. They use crystallized energy systems. River Blue, thank you. They use completely different sources of energy that we don't use on Earth. Very highly advanced in a level beyond our understanding, so to speak. So she's off planet right now. And the question about when are we going, the rest of us will be going probably within a year. So within between now and the beginning of 2025, at some point we will be each of us going on the spaceship. Myself for the first time. I've been preparing myself for the last few months for this journey, and so I'm sure the other 4 have as well. And so I have been really meditating and preparing myself physically, spiritually. When my time comes to go on the ship, we'll be coming back. Smurf, hey Papa Smurf, thank you for messaging me earlier, brother. How long will we be gone? I don't know. Palladian Crusader, greetings. In terms of being gone, I would say to you this. When we leave the planet as a group, it could be for a month off planet, which could be an hour and a half on Earth time. So what we perceive as an hour and a half Earth time, we could be away from Earth for 4 weeks, 5 weeks, a month. It's different because off planet there is no time. So things don't operate in time off planet. But I know this, and I can't really get into details, that we are going off planet to get information, and we're going to be activated. I can tell this to you, that we'll be fully activated to do certain things. The 5 of us will be all activated in a complete activation on the spaceship. And when we come back, we'll be fully activated with some abilities to do certain things. Daryl333, hey bro, the Anunnaki are hanging around on the Kuiper Belt in spaceships. They probably are. I have friends in the not the Adirondacks, the Appalachian Mountains in Pennsylvania who have the Anunnaki in contact with them on their property. And they've been on my show a few times. They have documenting photos of the spaceships. And the Anunnaki are about 7 to 8 feet tall, the men and women. They're very beautiful people. And they've been, my friends in the Appalachian Mountain area have been visited by them for the last less than a month. Leo says, we need to please have the message to go viral. Thanks. Amen. Thank you, Leo. Am I going to Mars? I don't know where I'm going. I think I'm going to be going when I go on the ship with the group. We're going to be taken to different places for learning and for getting more information to activate what we need to do. When you go up on the spaceship, can you ask them to come on your show? There's no way of doing that because our phones will not work on the spaceship. Our phones will be inoperable, not because they just can't. The technology won't work on the spaceship. Did you look at the one I sent you last night? I think I saw that one. I have to go back to it. I've been catching up on all the UFO mail I've been getting, so I'll have to double check that, Corey. I appreciate that. Cliff AK says they showed up at April's also. Yes. Thank you, Palladian. Thank you for the hat. I really appreciate it, brother. Let's see here. How can I have them visit me? Elite Shines. So the thing you need to do, it's not so much having them visit you. You have to get yourself in a frequency of vibrational pattern where you contact your space family. I do workshops on this in Connecticut where I've taken people off planet to teach them how to pursue contact with our Christed brothers and sisters of light from beyond Earth. And one of the ways, Elite, to do that is if you don't meditate, learn to meditate through breathing exercises. And, in that realm, ask that you wish to connect with your star family, your Christed star family specifically. If you practice 30 minutes a day of meditation, you will have the ability down the road, whenever that is, eventually having telepathic communications with your specific star family, which I don't know what it is, but through meditation, you'll be able to facilitate that at some point in your life. Siciliano, I counted no less than 30 Saturday morning, all manifest the same exact spot, held the same. Interesting, Siciliano. Let's see here. Who are you going with? We'll have, I think, Daryl, you asked me that. Did I not catch that? We'll have a total of 5 of us going together within a year. Yes, they're 100% Bree, Bella. These are 100% human like us. They're taller, about 7, 8 feet tall. So they are taller than us, but they are human. My mother and father are about 7, 8 feet tall. My brothers and my 2 sisters and brother are probably about that, 7, 8 feet tall. They're not Anunnaki, no. The Anunnaki are part of the Ashtar Command, but they are not Anunnaki, no. Yes, if you are to see them, then you will see them. Absolutely true. Elite Shrines, you're welcome. Christy, I see Christy Na. Go outside and think about them, and then they'll show up in minutes. So welcome to the show, everybody. We're on a little bit early. If you're new to the show, welcome. Please follow. Please tap the buttons. With 200 people here. And right now, since I've been on since 10:30, we've had 2,400 people view the show. 2,400 people have gone on and watched a little bit of the show. That's a lot of people. We thank the 2,400 have come through here to check us out. Maybe they'll come back. So I'm keeping track of the numbers, as I always do. And please keep tapping everybody. Please share it to people that you think should be here. We'd like to have them. Do they or can they get involved in world conflicts? I'll put it this way. They're very aware of world conflicts, the space people, the good ones. They're very aware of what's going on our planet right now, and we're in a pretty precarious situation. They are very aware of what's going on. But I will say this. They are watching very carefully what we are doing right now on our planet. Elite, they are definitely watching what we are doing. For you, I do there, user 287? I think I have something for you. I just gave you a present, 287. I just gave that person a present. All right, there you go. Bye-bye, 287. 287 just got a birthday present from me here on Encounters. And I have my apple cider. Eddie Bobo, I need more communications. Through meditation, Eddie, if you do a 30-minute meditation with the word you or Om, and you also want to communicate with your space family, take your time. It's not going to be like automatic. Take your time. Focus on higher frequency, higher vibrational space music, and just say, I am a Christed being of light. I wish to connect with my star family, and do it through telepathic communications, and ask if my star family can hear me out there. I wish to communicate with them. And if you do that and say, only the Christed beings of light may communicate with me, that will assist you in connecting with your star family. So these are things I do in my physical workshops here in Connecticut with people. And I have taken people physically off planet through the Merkaba state to get them prepared for having physical contact and without the Merkaba state down the road, where people will actually meet their space family physically. DL Flank, the meditation I'd recommend is, I call it a cosmic meditation. You spend 30 minutes a day or night meditating and staying focused on the inner part of yourself. When you do that, just say, I am a Christed being of light. I am a star person. I wish to connect with my star family. Only those that are connected in the Christed levels of light may communicate with me within my star family. So you have to be very specific when you're doing this. You can't just say, I wish to communicate with anybody out there in space. No, that's not how you do it. You got to be really specific. That's what I teach in my classes. And if you're very specific, you want to use higher vibrational space music, which also puts you in a state of higher consciousness. And the higher consciousness is what allows you to, thank you, Palladian, allows you to eventually make that contact. Whether it takes you a week, whether it takes you a month, there's no rush. Take your time, practice, and you'll eventually make contact. And it'll happen. It's all based on telepathy, so you're not verbalizing it. You're using telepathy, which we all have the ability to do. Use your telepathy to make the communications. Oh, no problem, Flank. I want to, hopefully you can tell us how that works, and then take your time with it. Hey, Cece, good to see you. Yes, Janice, you're welcome. Christ consciousness is really the key focus when you're trying to connect with your star family. It's got to be in Christ consciousness, no other consciousness. Once you get into Christ consciousness, you'll eventually have the ability to telepathically communicate with that biological cosmic family you have, our planet. Shellbell, how do you breathe when meditating? Any special way? I just breathe through. I breathe in through my mouth, and you release through your nostrils. So you breathe in, release through your nostrils all the time. Breathe in, release through your nostrils. And as you do that, you're relaxing your whole physical body, so you're able to now focus on consciousness. And when you focus on consciousness, that will allow you to eventually contact whoever and whomever your star family is. Meaning, a star family is not just everybody out there. Your biological star family, everybody has one. Unintentional visitor, commander, is it all in the head like dreaming? Sometimes it's a cosmic dream, which is real. If it could be a cosmic dream, which is usually a place where you go when you're sleeping. You meet your family through a cosmic dream, which is a reality. And eventually, if you go away from the cosmic dream and say, I wish no longer to do it this way, you say, I'm ready to meet you physically in the awakened state, that will eventually happen. But if you're having it in the dream state, realize that you will also eventually have the ability to say, I'm now ready to see you in person, in my home, out in the field, in the back of my house, You decide with them how you want to make the contact. Banco says, do I have to detox before contacting my star family through meditation? What you want to do is have a clear consciousness. No drinking, no smoking, none of that stuff. Your body is your temple, so you need to make sure you're physically and mentally clear on your consciousness. So when you do this, you do the breathing methods that I said, breathing in, release through the nostril 3 or 4 times until you totally have your body centered. And then you say, I'm a Christed being of light. I'm a star person on earth. I want to connect with my star family. And you keep doing that and for maybe 30 minutes a day or night until you eventually have contact. And down the road, you will. Each of you can make contact. It's as easy as that. But you have to really work at it. You have to be committed to it. If you're not committed to it, not going to happen. Thank you. You're welcome. And I believe that April will be off planet for about 2 hours Earth time. I'm not really specific, but I'm getting 2 hours Earth time. I think that she will have been away off planet tonight for possibly under a month. Off planet for under a month, I believe. My sensing is under a month she's off planet. But understand, when I say she's off planet under a month, I don't mean under a month Earth time. Off planet, off planet. Earth time maybe 2 hours or less than 2 hours. When she comes back, she'll probably tell you she was off planet Earth time for maybe an hour and a half. Maybe. But she's been away for a couple of weeks. Beyond the what our understanding is of time, she'll be off planet. Now, I'm tuning into that level of where they are. I don't know where they are off planet, but I know they are. I think she's been taken to another, beyond Earth. I think she's being taken to another planetary civilization tonight. I don't know where it is exactly, but I keep feeling that energy. When she comes back, she'll be able to tell us a little bit more than I can even perceive. But she's definitely being taken to a number of places. I also think that April's being given new information to share with the people of Earth and with us specifically. There's going to be a number of things that she is going to be privy to, I believe. Trey says, hey Trey, good to see you, brother. Multi-layered dimensions. I wish she would have kept recording so we could have witnessed it. I'm not sure how that works. When stuff like this happens, I'm not sure how that works. She's very safe, Maxim. You kidding me? She's on the ship with her father. She's as safe as can be. Her father, her mother on the ship. She's very, very safe. Absolutely safe. She's with her family off planet. Alicia says, how tuned in are you with the team? I'm very tuned in. But I'm really tuned in right now with April at the moment. I don't know where they are off planet, but they're definitely traveling, I think, beyond Earth a little bit. Yeah, she's very safe, real talk. Absolutely safe. Trey says, I find time traveling interesting. You need HAP? Latifa, you need HAP? What's HALPI? You need HALPI? I don't know what HALPI is. Never heard of HALPI. Latifa. What is a HALPI? What's a HALPI? I have no idea what she's talking about. Yes, safe. They were on her live. I was watching. Oh, beautiful. Carolyn, did you get to see her father? I suppose you must. Let's see. Oh, Latifa, you say you need help? I will help you. I will help you. I just helped Latifa. Latifa, I sent you to a place where you will get help. I guarantee it. She was saying that, but the commander is pretty hip to what's going on the trip. Did Astro Command take April again today? Yes, tonight before 10 o'clock. About 5 or 10 minutes. I want to thank Papa Smurf for messaging me. I was in and out of her live when she was on there, and I had not stayed on, and then after I got off, probably a few minutes after I left. Insidious says it was shared with all beings from other planets to say stay away until a plan is completed. Oh, Caroline, you took some screenshots. You're going to have to send me some stuff there. I want to see that. Nardo1010, welcome. Welcome everybody to the show. It's now 11:04 in the evening. Okay? But for anyone who wants to know, April is absolutely fine. She's with her father, her mother on the spaceship, her family, and she's absolutely fine. This is her 14th trip up in where she lives in the remote areas of Vermont on the spaceship of the Ashtar Command. If you don't know what the Ashtar Command is, let me know. If you don't know anything about Ashtar Command, let me know. I work with them. I can tell you. I can educate you. I know a lot of things. The commander is tuned into a lot of areas here. You know, I'm not a newbie in the subject of UFOs, extraterrestrial intelligence, or any of that stuff. I know this stuff like the back of my hand. And, you know, again, if you want to learn how to connect with your star family, hey, Johnny, good to see you, brother. April's back on the ship tonight. She is back traveling. Hey, Sarah, welcome to the show, Sarah. Glad to have you with us on the couch. Just glad you found our show. I'm CmdrAleon. I am from Mars originally. I work with the Ashtar Galactic Command. April is a dear friend of ours in northern Vermont near the Canadian border. She is a person that is connected with her star family. The star family meaning her cosmic family, her mother, father, her family off planet. So she's been taken on the ship tonight before 10 p.m. She is a part of our show. We have her on usually Friday nights. We do an Ashtar Command Q&A, Sarah, and we work with the highest levels of light. We work with the Ashtar Command, which is the grouping of positive space people from all the planetary systems beyond Earth, and they are here to help our planet. They're here to help us awaken to a highest level of understanding so that we can help our planet. Those of us on Earth, it's up to us to really help our planet. So on this show, you'll hear us interview people about encounters, UFOs, about crop circles, mer people, fairies, Bigfoot, or Sasquatch. We cover a lot of ground here, the galactic history of the planet, and what's happening. So we're not just your nuts and bolts kind of UFO show. We are the #1 spiritual UFO show on social media. Just give people some background on what, hey, Berlincy, Tony, welcome to the show, all the new people. I guarantee you, if you're new and you stick around a while, you'll be addicted to encounters. This is by far the #1 UFO, the only UFO talk show on TikTok. Yeah, so it's more magnetic and gas. And we appreciate all the likes and follows there. Yes, welcome to the show. Welcome everybody to the program. If you have any questions, please ask. We'll be happy to. And if you wish to be a guest on the show, if you have 200 followers, we'll have you on the show. The rules of the show are this. No foul language, #1. You have to be over 18. No smoking of any sort. No drinking of any sort. No, meaning no drunk people. If you're going to come on here, you got to be focused, totally together, and have your story ready to tell. I see UFOs all the time, but they don't get close. Mark Kennett. Excuse me. Mark Kennett. Let me see here. Hey, Mark. You're in Melbourne, Australia. UFO believer. So, Mark, would you like to join us and tell us your story? Hey, Chris, good to see you, brother. Would you like to tell us your story? And if you do come on, if you can come on with your camera, if you know how to use a camera. And also, Crystal, you have 48 followers. We have to get you up to 200, actually, just for audio. And then we have to get up to 800 to see that photo. I'm just looking at comments here on a Sunday evening at about 11:10. That's 11:10. We got on here before 10:30 tonight Eastern. So until I have some guests that wish to come up here with 200 followers or 800 followers, I'll keep talking about some things, or I'll answer your questions you might have. If you have any questions that I can answer, please let me know. As well, if it's relative to the cosmic galactic area of spiritual UFO areas, I can definitely answer most of those questions. Monica, welcome to the show, Monica. And good to have you, Nikki D. Hey, Nikki D. Good to have you with us tonight. Hey, Lucy Lee. Good evening, Lucy. Monica. Oh, yeah, she has to set her setting to public. Wayne, welcome to the show, Wayne. Good evening. Robert, welcome to our show. Everybody coming in here. Please share and like to the people. If you share the show, Kimberly, welcome. Share it to only people that you think would be open to this kind of discussion. Side Hustle Cakes, why are they so interested in us? We can't even get along. So, Side Hustle, let me give you, and thank you for coming here, Side Hustle. Al, thank you for the roses. So, they are our space family. We are connected to them, meaning you're part, believe it or not, even though you don't know about this, once you learn all these things, you're going to find out that you have a connection to outer space. You have a connection to something other than your biological family on Earth. You have a connection to space people that you are absolutely connected to. Now, you don't know this yet, but you will if you keep watching my show. All right. And the reason why they're interested in us is because they've been here for billions of years, billions, I should say. They have come here before our current Earth reality. The space people have been here many times over the centuries, over millions and billions of years. They've been here forever at different levels. And they're interested in us because we are part of them, even though we do not remember it. We are part of the galactic levels, but we just don't remember. But we're going to. We just don't totally remember. Nacha Navarez, hey, how are you, Nacha? Thank you, River Blue, thank you. Sunshine, are you a Christian? Absolutely. I believe we're not the only beings. It's just so confusing. I can deconfuse you on here. I was born, of the Jewish religion. I was fascinated with the born-again Christian religion. I have studied other religions. I'm not even religious. I did it on purpose in my mission work. I work with the Astral Command. I come from off planet. But I wanted to see what people's ways were through religion. So, no, I'm not a Christian. I work in Christ consciousness. I work in cosmic Christ consciousness, but I have no religion. I'm totally non-religious. The only religion I have is one called love. That's a religion I have. It's called love, Love. That's a religion that you won't find anywhere on earth. It's not in any church. It's not in a temple. It's not in a mosque. It's totally unconditional love. It's a love that is found beyond earth. And that's the love I have. So no, I'm not a Christian, but I am a galactic being of light in human form. And I work on behalf of the Christed beings of light here on earth, off planet, and so forth. Sunshine, good to have you with us, by the way. Rainbows in crystals, how are you? Are the hybrid children coming first so we don't scare? Not necessarily. What's going to happen is, as time goes on, your cosmic connection to your star family, they will meet you at some level, either in a dream state, or they will physically meet you in a physical state somewhere when you least expect it. And that time is coming soon. So Tony, the reason how you are related to them and they are related to you, you have a biological Earth family, right, Tony? Your biological Earth family is real. Your brothers, your sisters, your grandmother, grandfather, uncles, whatever. It's all real. You also have, believe it or not, a star family that is connected to you. You also have a body in stasis. You all do. You just don't know what that means. Stasis means you have a star body that is being well protected. So when you finally are fully activated, you can have a choice of going into your star body and wake up, or you can go and stay in the human form and still have the human experience. So you have a choice whether you stay in your physical human body or whether you go into the body in stasis on a spaceship. So basically, the relationship is, you think you've only come from Earth because you were born here on Earth, so that all you know is you have a mother and father, your grandmother, grandfather. That's not it. You do have that, but if you can relate to what I'm saying, you also have a star family where you have a mother and father off planet. You might have some sisters and brothers. They are actually going to be taller than the average human. So if you're in your body that's in stasis, you actually will be taller than you are in the physical form you are in here. So I want to kind of answer your question. I hope that helps. If you have any more further questions about it, Tony, please ask me. I'm fully activated. I know a lot about this stuff. I work directly with the Ashtar Command. I've worked with them before there was any internet. I know a whole lot of stuff here. Ralph Ortega, how soon for us to meet? The big reveal. Within a year and a half. The original timeline was 2027. I knew this in 2022 before I came on TikTok. The timeline has been moved up to about a year and a half. You're looking at about a year. Right now, you're looking at about a year and a half before any kind of physical contact on a larger scale. Now, about a year and a half, to be exact. And I don't channel anything either. I don't channel anything. My information is direct. Let's see here. Disco, good to see you. I'm trying to identify the beings I encountered at 12. If you remember what they look like, that will help identify who they are. Sunshine, no problem. The whole thing with me here is I try to be as transparent on this show as possible. I've been a contactee since the 60s. I have my own contact with space people that are human. They're Christed beings, men and women that were in light blue outfits. I was a preteen when I had my first contact. So no, I certainly want to give you the correct information. I don't try to make anything up here on my broadcast here. And I interview a lot of people in the last year who are having contacts as well with light beings, plasma beings, human type beings like us. Absolutely. Let's see here. I want to be loved. Whiskey, if you want to be loved, then you are love. So you don't have to want to be loved. Just say, I am love. I am in a Christed being of light. I am love. And if you say you're love, you will certainly be love that you wish to be. Karen Morgan, welcome to the show. It looks like I'm happy to do this. Half Pint, good to see you. And Half Pint, we'll bring you guys up. I've got some photos that I've been holding on to from your. Now the Half Pint, her and Ray, they're in the Appalachian Mountains. They've had direct contact with the Anunnaki. They've been having contact with the Anunnaki, and I'm talking about physical contact. I'm not talking AI pictures generated that people put on YouTube about the Anunnaki. I'm talking about real physical contact with the Anunnaki. They are contactees. They've been having contact for over a month now, I think, with the Anunnaki. And the Anunnaki are about 7-8 feet tall, the men and women. They are human like we are. Now, so whatever you think the Anunnaki look like, I'm telling you, the Anunnaki are very loving, peaceful beings of light. They are Christed beings of light, the Anunnaki. And they've been having contact up in the remote areas of the not the Adirondack Mountains. Why do I keep saying that? The Appalachian Mountains. And let's see here. Are they all taller? Yes. Lilac, to answer your question, yes, absolutely. For whatever reason, the space people are taller than us. The ones that are the star family people, are Christed beings of light, tend to be between 7 to 8.5 feet tall, the men and women. Marlene says, someone just took video of people walking in the sky, passing each other like on a road. Interesting. I'd have to see that, Marlene. Executor type 360, 7 months. 7 months. Can you explain, Executor, what you mean by 7 months? Maybe I missed something. Let's see here. I am a Christed being of light. I am vibrating highly. Thank you very much, Creative, for that heart. I appreciate it. These are not tall whites. These are, again, men and women that look like just us. They're not tall whites. Creative Chrome, thank you. Thank you, Creative. Appreciate that. So now I am confused. So there are things called tall whites, but not everything is a tall white. So there are beings that have olive complexions or radiant light around their body, but they're not tall whites. There is a thing called tall whites or Nordics. These are neither one of those. These are essentially olive complexion of the skin, and they are basically, that's what they are. You took a picture of April's father. Oh, good, Paranormal. Kimberly says, do you believe the different beings have different territories on Earth? Nope, they don't have different territories. They don't have any territories. When the space people come to Earth, and the ones that live in the Garther network or the subterranean cities of Earth, they don't have different territories. They all are from the same area. They all work together like a rainbow of light. They all work together. So, Kimberly, they all kind of don't have separate areas. They have different systems within the Earth, the Garther network. They're all over the Garther network, subterranean cities. They're all interconnected with each other. Off planet, the different space families or star beings come from many planetary worlds of light, to answer your question. Lavola says, when you say they are human, are they the same species of human as we are, or different? They are connected with our species. We are connected with them, but they are more spiritually advanced than we are, to tell you the truth. They are more spiritually advanced, technically way advanced, way beyond anything we have on Earth, and they come from the highest levels of light and complete understanding of every single thing that you can possibly think of. Let's see here. Let's just see. I'm just reading people's comments. A binary star system. You're in a star system where there could be another binary star system. What has been divulged is that there are other Earth realities, meaning there's other planets like Earth that they've discovered, many of them that exist, and also the planets in our solar system. All of them are teeming with intelligent life. Every planet in our solar system and other solar systems that are near us all have intelligent life on there. There's no reason to look for the intelligent life, because every time you hear them talking about looking for the intelligent life, the life is already out there. Although you've never seen the intelligent life, nor have you traveled to the planet where the intelligent life is, the intelligent life actually does exist. Nachia says they are bright like a light bulb, but not blinding. However, they felt familiar and they knew me too. Interesting. Maybe she's having visitations by tall whites. That if she's having visitations by tall whites, then she's having visitations by tall whites. If her visitations are tall whites, some people think they're Nordic. That's interesting. Yeah, they telepathically communicate. Let me. You have 41 followers. Natasha, turn your setting to public, and we can follow you. I'd like to hear your story. We need to get up to 200 followers for you to go on live, Natasha. So please turn your following settings on your TikTok to public, and then we'll be able to follow you. You might have to reset it. We're going to bring our friends from the Appalachians up here. Turn your camera on, brothers. Now, how come I went dark? That's not fair. Give me a second. I'm going to try to see what I have. See, go on, and my whole screen just went dark here. Hold on a minute. I don't know. All right. You got energy affecting everything here. Okay, this is a little bit better. So, good evening, Half Pint.
Hi guys, it's just me tonight. Ray's sleeping.
Okay, what's going on? I need to reset my thing here. Oh, it's running on low power.
Hi
Okay,
everybody.
I'm going to hook up something here. Give me a moment. Go ahead. I'll let you start talking. This is Half Pint. They've been having, and I'm going to show one of the ships because I did screenshot it and I have it on my thing here. I'm going to show them, but I'm going to let you talk. Tell a bit about yourself up the Appalachian Mountains in Pennsylvania and when contact started happening. I think people would be very interested in that.
Okay, so we're in the Appalachian Mountains in Pennsylvania, and we have been having contact for probably about, I don't know, I think about a month now. And it's just really cool because we see their ships. I can get pictures of their ships, and they're always talking to my husband, like he hears them all the time. It's
Oh yeah,
really cool.
he's very connected with them too, right?
Yeah.
Well, so are you. I mean, you're both together, so you obviously, she's even had them come up to her door from the spaceship. How many times have they done that?
Twice, I think now.
Twice. And I think more of that's going to start happening. I believe there's going to be a lot more of that happening for you as well. You know,
You are not gonna believe what happened to Ray this morning at 3 o'clock.
3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, so if you're looking at my front door, like if you're looking out my front door across the street,
Mm-hmm.
there's a big old what do you call them trees? Big old green tree. I don't know what the heck they call it.
Yeah,
But
one
anyway,
of
it's
those big trees.
huge.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ray caught this ship right over that tree, and it had a beam coming down covering that whole area right there.
Wow.
Yeah. And
What do you
he
think?
like got up at 3 o'clock in the morning and goes, "Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom," and then when he went by the window, he felt something and he goes, "Oh, nope, wait a minute." So he went and grabbed the camera and took
Right.
some pictures of it.
How far was the beam from the spaceship to the ground level from where he was?
Well, these trees out here must stand, I don't know, 14 feet high,
Yeah.
maybe,
But how far was
if
he
not
from?
taller.
How far was he from the tree?
It was right above it. Like it was right there.
Did he walk in?
I wish you could get it off my profile and bring it up. It is
I
a
could.
trip.
I'd have to take a picture of it. Did he go into the beam or did he stay outside of the beam?
Who Ray? No, Ray was in the house. He seen it across the street and took a picture of
Oh,
it.
what would have happened if he had walked into the beam that was coming from the ship? Do
Well,
you think he would have?
he's disappeared before, so no telling.
Oh, he has disappeared before.
Oh yeah, him and my dog.
Have they been taken on the ship? I think they have.
Well, I don't know, but he was only gone for like a second. He was gone and then came back.
Oh, he
And
came
then my
back.
dog Eddie did the same thing.
So I just want people to know who are watching this. Now, Half Pint and her husband Ray are the other group of people, my friends, in the Appalachian Mountains in Pennsylvania. They're in a remote area. My friend April, who's up in northern Vermont, was just taken before 10 o'clock tonight. Her father from the ship, she just was on her live, and they took her and they said it's time to go. When they say it's time to go, She was taken on the ship. Now, I said the other night on my broadcast to April that in the next few nights, you're going to be taken back on the ship. Something important is going to happen. You have to go. She was taken on the ship tonight before 10 o'clock. You guys don't know about this half pint, but she was taken on the ship. I told people the other day she was going to be taken on the ship. I am so tuned in. I know things like this. I know when they're going to take her. It's kind of it doesn't feel weird anymore. It feels like we're so we're so in tune with each other that we know things. You know how that feels? Like you were tuned in with
Yeah.
Ray. You know
Oh
what's
yeah.
going on with Ray. You're tuned in. You know when the Anunnaki are going to connect with you and contact you. And I do believe that they're really getting ready to take you both on the ship for a much longer period of time. And I think, do you realize that you do have a feeling, a sense that they're preparing you to go on the ship? Do you have that feeling or sense?
Well, I know they're getting close.
Oh, you're getting close. I mean, they're almost on top of your house every night.
I think they are on top of my house every night. Look, I
You know,
get beams that come down like that's not, like it that just I've never gotten stuff like that before.
hmm
And in some of my pictures it looks like there is legs out like 1, 2, 3, 4 in the front, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the back.
right. And tell people how many times they've actually come close to your house, like they've actually walked up or come in your house, like sort of translucent, not physically showing themselves. How many times has that happened?
Let's see. Ray has seen him more than I have, but he sees them a lot.
Yeah. Do you think they're more interested in Ray communicating with them? Not that they're trying to exclude you, but for some reason they've chosen that he would be the main contact.
Yeah, I think they're getting them ready for something.
Yeah, of course they are. I think they're getting ready to take him off planet.
Well, they better take me with them.
Oh, they will. I get this. With me, the information I give is correct. I believe
Yeah,
they're preparing him to go off planet like they did with April. I think he's going to be. I think they will eventually take you with him, but I think he is the one. For some reason, they are going to work with him, the Anunnaki, and are going to come. He's going to come back with information that's going to help the planet.
yeah.
Um, I really do believe that to be true. Someone's
You
saying, "How
know,
did they come?" Go ahead.
last night when he felt that, because he felt that before he saw it, and he said it kind of made him nervous because they were over this guy's house over here with that beam.
Well, I think that I don't know much about the beam. I believe the beam has a purpose. I believe the beam also could be used to teleport you guys onto the ship through the beam. Like if you were in the beam and it came
Right,
down, it would take you and physically bring you on the ship in a nanosecond.
right.
That's what the beam is used for. The beam from the Anunnaki ship is not a laser beam to hurt anything. It's a beam to take you on the ship. If you were under the beam, if you both were under the beam, I'm absolutely certain that Ray would have been taken on the ship. When did this happen?
At 3 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, if he was under that beam at 3 in the morning, I think he would have been teleported onto the ship. Maybe that's not the right word to use, but I
That's the right
really feel
word.
strongly about this. I really feel strongly about this. I really think they were ready to take him on the ship. He just was looking at it from a human perspective, but they were waiting to take him on the spaceship at 3 in the morning last night.
So check this out. So I've taken a couple pictures of Ray outside,
hmm
and it looks like he's transparent.
Interesting.
Uh huh.
What's your feeling about that?
I don't know, but I think they're taking him and bringing him back, and I'm seeing it.
Maybe he's just not remembering he's been taken off planet.
Look, he didn't even remember taking those pictures this morning. He didn't even remember telling me they were on my phone.
hmm
I all of a sudden found him, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you."
What he needs to do when this is going to happen, he needs to ask the Anunnaki to let him remember what's going on. All he has to do is ask me. He says, "I'm willing to remember. I need to remember." Tell the Anunnaki that they need to help him remember because he's going on the ship and then he has to remember, and he's basically not remembering. So he
Right.
needs to speak to them about that. All he has to do is ask them and say, "Hey, I really want to kind of remember why I'm going on the ship and why I must be getting information to help the Earth. What is it that I can remember that you can let me remember? Because I'm not remembering. So
Well,
obviously he's being taken on the ship.
you know, after that happened, he said he fell right back to sleep, and he don't
Yeah,
normally do that.
yeah,
And remember
yeah,
me telling you about that orange orb that came in front of the house that made us feel divine?
yeah.
That put us to sleep too. Like we fell right to sleep, like we had no worries, no nothing.
Well, you really don't have any worries. They're working
No.
with you. They're very loving. They're very loving, the Anunnaki. He needs to just tell them that, hey, I need to remember what's going on, where I'm going, and so I can share that information. Besides, them letting him take the pictures, he needs to have
Yeah,
memory of what's going on when he's taken off planet. Because when he's taken off planet on the Anunnaki spaceship, there's no time in space.
right.
You know, now he could be away for 10 minutes Earth time. He could have been away for 2 weeks off planet. You know that, right?
And I wouldn't even have noticed.
You wouldn't have noticed anything.
Yeah,
Because what I've taught people here on Earth to understand is our space family operates beyond time. So it's hard for the human mind to comprehend beyond time because we live in time. When you go off planet on one of the starships, there is no time, brothers and sisters. Time does not exist as you know it to exist. There is no time. On Earth, there is time because we operate on time. We wear a watch. I don't wear any watches, but if you wear a watch, you're always considering what time it is, what time to have dinner, what time to go to work, what time you go to school, what time can you go to the beach, go home. Everything is on time. If you go off planet on a starship with positive people, star people, they don't operate in time. Just want people to know that. They do not operate in the sense of what you understand as time. It doesn't exist. Let me see. I'm just going to see if anyone has any questions here. I'm just going down. I have an awesome video of the sky full of triangles. Tammy Knight. Tammy Knight, we've got to get you up to 200 followers, Tammy. Everybody follow Tammy Knight. I'm going to put her up on the screen. It's not letting me do that. What's going on here? Well, anyway, everybody follow Tammy Knight. One of my moderators put up Tammy Knight on the screen, pin her. I have an awesome videos of sky full of triangles. Executive says, summons to the year and a half. I haven't been contacted. Just feel it's in my solar plexus intuition. Let's see here. I'm from the Poconos in Pennsylvania, but now live in Florida. Jay, cool. Well, good to know that. And Ashley says that, they were radiating light and felt familiar. Let's see here. I'm just reading people's stuff. Scott Hammonds, good to see you. But I'm slowly getting into people's questions. But there's a lot going on, folks. And I'm trying to multitask here. It's happening in Oz. So there's things happening in Australia. I'm just reading comments. I'm going to try to catch up. Higher frequency. Let's see. The oceans, they're living under a war. Yes, sunshine, right on the money. So let's see. April, who's been on the ships now 14 times, including tonight. In the oceans around Earth, just so people that are watching this understand this, our space people live in the oceans. We have space cities in the oceans of Earth. Now, you didn't know this. I don't think anybody, some of you might know this. Sunshine does. I'm very interested for those that did know this. There are space cities in our deep depths of the ocean around the world. In the very deep, deep parts of the ocean, they're what we call space cities. Star people live in these space cities, and there's at least several of them around the planet in the oceans, maybe a little bit more than that. And also, what you call Atlantis. For people that want to know about Atlantis, Atlantis does exist, but they're not going to find it. You know why they're not going to find it? They're looking in all the wrong places for Atlantis. Where they think Atlantis should be, it's not going to be. Atlantis is actually deep within the oceans. It's an activated city deep within the oceans. They're never going to find it. All these archaeologists looking for Atlantis, they're not finding it. The reason why they're not finding it because went to another frequency, another vibrational pattern. It disappeared, and the current status of it was when it existed in what we understand the history of Atlantis. Atlantis is a very modern, activated civilization that is in the depths of our ocean. And it is a very well protected level of area. It's a slightly different frequency than the one we're in right now. And none of the people, Ancient Aliens, that show, none of those folks are going to find it because they're looking in all the wrong places. Let's see here. Lexicon says a nib are not humankind. Let's see here. So Ray is sleeping, but Ray has been getting back to Ray. I'm going to show one of the ships that they've had on their property. Let me go onto my thing here. I'm going to show one of the Anunnaki spaceships here. Where is it? Let me just try to. I will find it in a moment. I'm going to show people something here. This is not it. I do have the picture.
Well, guys, he disappeared. I'm sure he'll be back. So how's everybody doing? So to let you know, I'm not in the Poconos. I'm in between the Appalachians and the oh man, I can't remember the name of those other mountains.
Yeah, the Appalachians. She's not in the Poconos. She's in the Appalachians.
Yeah.
For some reason, I can't find the picture. I saved it, and it's not popping up here. I'm going to try one more time to see if I can find it. Let's see.
Too bad you couldn't get a picture of the one I just put on there because that one, it shows the beam and everything.
And I do have your pictures saved, so I'm very surprised.
Hi, Real Talk. How you doing? So, guys, check it out. So, I also had something on my roof. It was scratching on my roof. I have no idea what it was, but I got a picture of that too.
I'm going to have to go over your pictures, and I'm going to screenshot them. And I thought they downloaded, but I'll have to double check. I don't know why they're not showing up on my screen here, but I will show them. We'll have to show them on another night.
You'll have to get that one that we just took this morning.
Yeah. Did that show the whole ship at 3 a.m. and what the thing was doing?
Yeah.
You got the whole picture of the ship.
Well, not the whole
Interesting.
picture of the ship, but we got most of it and the beam
Yeah.
that was coming down onto the tree.
Wow. Yeah, that beam that she's talking about, everybody who's watching our show Encounters, this is Encounters. I wanted to acknowledge all 333 of you. You're watching Encounters. I know I'm not looking at all your names. I know you're here. I want just to acknowledge everybody. I'm the host, CmdrAleon. I'm on every night. Usually, most nights, I might take a night off once in a while. I've been on since about 10:30 tonight. I got on early. Normally, the show starts at 11, and we go for about 2 hours. So, welcome to the show. I'm also a host of WESUFM.org's NPR Pacifica radio show, Astro Command Radio, also known as the Cosmic Eye Radio Show. And I'm a contactee, just to give you background. I do workshops where I take people off planet. And I'm just very involved in the subject for many years. I'm also a CE5 coordinator in Connecticut for Astro Command CE5 group. And we go out and we do contact with space people, at least with the spaceships, through C5 communications. So that's a little bit of my background for people that are coming in here. My guest is Half Pint, and they're up in the Appalachian Mountains. And let's see here. I'm just looking at everything. So they've been having contact for how long would you say? About less than a year, a couple of months?
Well, it could have been a couple months already.
Yeah. Yeah, it could have been. It could have been.
Yeah. It's getting stronger though. Like the
Isn't
filling
that
of
interesting?
the filling is getting stronger.
The feeling is getting stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why the feeling is getting stronger? I can answer that question. Do you want to answer it?
Go ahead.
You probably already know what I'm going to say. When I tell her the feeling is that her feeling is getting stronger, folks, the reason why her feeling is getting stronger, and so is Ray's, her husband, and they are contactees. If you don't know what a contactee is, that's somebody having positive contact with non-terrestrial communications with space people. That's what a contactee is. If you've never heard the word contactee, this is why I know so much. The word contactee means if you ever have contact with space beings of the positive kind that look like us, you are then a contactee. Then you're a contactee, okay? Now you know what that word means. I try to simplify things a little bit. Thank you, Blue. Thank you so much. We appreciate. That was sent to Half Pint. You're getting a couple of
Oh, cool.
roses in
Thanks,
Half Pint.
guys. That's cool.
There you go.
I
So,
appreciate that.
real talk. Thank you for the roses, Sleepy at TE. Thank you for the roses. Thank you so much, Disco. Disco sent you Half Pint. You're getting some roses
Thanks,
from Disco.
guys.
You know, Paranormal. April is off planet right now. She's on a spaceship. I perceive that she is going off planet and also to some places on Earth, but I think they have her off planet. No, she left the planet around before 10 o'clock Eastern. She's still off planet. Paranormal, thank you for the roses. For Blue, thank you. I think they live in Hollow Earth. So, Nick Valquez, what we call the subterranean cities of Agartha. They live in what they call the Agartha network, which some people refer to as the Hollow Earth, but really it's the Agartha network. There are space people that live in the Agartha. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Karen Morgan.
And thank you for the teddy bear, whoever sent the teddy bear.
Yeah. And they live within our planet. A lot of the space people have lived for billions of years inside the Earth, called the Agartha network. So yes, they live within the planet. And also our star family comes from many planets beyond Earth. So if you're not familiar with this subject, Gerard, thank you for the hat and the mustache. We appreciate it. They come from planets that are way beyond Earth. They come from very far away solar systems, galaxies, different dimensions of existence, interdimensional levels. So there's no one specific area. They come from many different things beyond the perception of the human mind. Karen Morgan, good to see you. Let's see here. I'm reading comments if I see any comments to read. Palladian Crusader, take care, brother. I'm just reading comments. And it looks like it's raining out tonight, so I can hear the drops. A good night to be at home watching encounters.
Yeah, I think it's raining over here too.
I'm just looking at everything here. I think I'm not caught up. I'm trying to see. Let me go up to the current message. Steve Houston says, my visitations are increasing big time, seeing fairies and light beings. Very good, Steve. Steve is another contactee who's having similar things happen to him. So there's a lot of people around the world, brothers and sisters, that are having physical contact with space people because they're connected with that group of space people. You're going to see a lot of that happening now. You're going to see in the next 12 months more people, and I bet some of them, if they have TikTok, they'll find my show here and they'll talk about the fact that they're having contact with men and women from other planets. Smile says, I don't let it go to my head being a star child or indigo child. I like to be helpful to my friends. Beautiful Smiles. And Steve Houston
That's
says he
cool.
took a very clear video of a fairy. It came to visit me.
Came to say hi.
And that's really the most beautiful thing about it is that does happen. Let me go on pause for a minute and I'm going to see if I can find that picture. I shall be right back. I believe so. Let me see if I can do this. Can I pause myself here? Let me see. It's going to pause. I don't think it's pausing. My pause button on my TikTok is not working, so I'm not going to play around with it. But I will try one thing here. Hold on a minute. We're going to try one little thing. Okay, we're going to leave it alone for now. I'm going to start playing with this thing. Someone got their like little message thing going on your phone, are you? Let's see here. Hey, Mercury Man, good to see you. Welcome to the show.
So Karen, I see your thing, and I got really excited when I seen my first ship. I mean, it was just amazing. I was loving it, man.
And we're just reading some of your comments here on encounters. Welcome to the show if you're just tuning in. And again, welcome Daniel and everybody else coming in on the show here. Hey, Mama Bear, welcome to the show. Jill Taylor, welcome. Antonio, welcome to Encounters. Mike G, welcome to the show. All the people coming in here. Ron Everidge, welcome Ron Everidge. Gomez, welcome to Encounters. You're watching the top UFO spiritual talk show on social media. Welcome, everybody.
By the way, Commander.
Yeah.
I think there's a little ship that sits in my backyard too.
Like a scout ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little ship. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I see it out there all the time.
They're probably, protecting you and monitoring your area. It sounds like. And Shell Bell says the ships will or won't come in a neighborhood with a lot of houses, right? Not necessarily. I mean, I've not seen ships come around here. They can come in the neighborhood cloaked, and you would never know they're there. So the ships, if they're very advanced, can cloak themselves in a neighborhood and connect with that person without really perceiving anybody seeing them. It really depends.
Okay. Check this out, guys. So I think I have one that sits right over my house. Like they're protecting us from, I don't know from what, but they're protecting us, and I think it sits right over my house.
Yeah.
And there's a scout in the backyard when they're gone.
Yeah. How big would you say the ship is? As big as a car? Bigger than a car?
Oh, it's big. I mean, it's big.
It's a scout ship. It's not as big as the motherships that I've seen you post. It's a scout ship,
it's
but
smaller.
it is big. They are big. So she has not only the big ships over the mountains, she has the scout ships also there to protect her. So the space people in the scout ships are staying there in case anything else happens. They're protecting you.
Oh, and check this out. So I think they have smaller ships too that glow, because all the time we see these round orbs flying around our trailer constantly at night too.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm thinking that's them.
Yeah. Well, what they're doing is they're protecting you. For whatever reason, they just want to protect you from any outside interference. And you've not had any of that because you're operating at a very high frequency. You and your husband.
I think it's so cool. I really do.
Hey, Mercury Man, take care. Have a good one up there in Plainfield, brother. We'll see you later.
Bye, Mercury Man. Talk to you later.
I'm just reading comments here. I think I've caught up with some of the comments here. So we are super excited about to hear what April says when she comes back. Usually when you come back from the ship, you might be somewhat tired and disoriented because it's being on a spaceship, just different than being in your house, right? Your physical environment. So when she comes back from the ship, we're going to be super excited to interview her and find out from April where she went. The last journey she went to the planet Saturn, and they didn't land on the planet, but they were around the planet. And planet Saturn has intelligent life that is on the planet itself. And I've talked about Saturn before. And now, how many people can claim to have gone to Saturn? They didn't land on the planet, I don't think. But the last time she went on the ship, they did take her to the planet Saturn. Let's see here. Hey, Karen, good to see you. Nardo 1010 says, I'm going to the farthest. Rachel, thank you for the heart. We appreciate it, Rachel Divine. Thank you. So we're here with you live on Encounters, and we're talking about a number of things. Our contact in Vermont near the Canadian border has just gone on before 10 o'clock on an Astro Command spaceship. This is a physical thing. This is not a dream state. She's a contactee, and she has gone on the ship tonight. Half Pint and her husband have, for the last few months, been in contact in the Appalachian Mountains in a remote area in the country with the Anunnaki. If you know what the Anunnaki have or heard of the Anunnaki, they are having contact with the Anunnaki. So I should say Anunnaki, which is more proper. And the Anunnaki that they've seen are men and women that look just like us, very tall, right? They're about 7, 8 feet tall. Would you say, Half Pint?
Yeah, it's big.
And when you see them physically, they look just like us. They're very beautiful looking, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
The first
So whatever
time
you've heard,
Ray saw him, though, they were cloaked and they looked like monks, and they were holding a sword in front of them, like their hands, like their arms were folded, right?
right?
But they had a sword right in front of them. There was three of them,
Yeah,
and he felt him and Eddie were like all jiggle happy when they came back in.
yeah. Now, were the three in the robes, were they all men, or was there a mixture of men and women in those robes?
No, I think they were all men.
Those were. But you
Yeah.
have had interactions with the women too, in the space people, or have you had?
Um, so do you remember the picture that I got with them standing in the doorway?
Yeah,
Okay, so that was a man and a woman that was standing in that doorway.
yeah,
So that was my first, like, seeing her. I haven't
yeah.
seen her after that, but
Well, yeah, they do have men and women on their spaceship. They do. They might even have children on their on the big spaceships.
yeah.
They probably
All I
do.
know is there was a lot of people on that ship when I seen it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. The big motherships, folks. They have loads of people on the ships. Cece, thank you for the lightning bolt. We appreciate it. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna get some more apple cider. Now, for folks that don't
Okay.
know me, I drink apple cider on encounters. There's a reason why. I've been drinking it. It's not an addiction. It's something I drink. And the reason I drink the apple cider, it's an activator for me. I drink it like it's like my drink, apple cider. When I do the show, apple
Thank
cider.
you.
You know. And we'll be right back. We're going to turn it over to Half Pint to tell more about the contacts they're having. I'm going to get some more apple cider. Don't go anywhere. We're live here on Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on planet Earth. On planet Earth, not just social media, on the whole planet. We'll be right back.
Okay, guys. So I keep, I don't know what it is, but these ships seem to be getting bigger and they keep getting closer. Can Half Pint see the comments? Yes, I can see the comments. Do you have a question? And maybe I can answer it or try to at least. We're still learning about this, so we're like brand new. Well, I didn't see your comments at first. I'm sorry. So, every night I go outside after I get off of here and I go out and I take my pictures for you guys so you can see what's going on around here because there's a lot happening right now. Hi Paranormal Ghostbuster, how you doing? Me and Ray are just having loads of fun over here taking pictures of ships and man, it's really really amazing that this is happening. This is the best time to be alive. I mean, excellent time to be alive. Yeah, Kit Kat, I have a ton of activity. And I think it's getting stronger, by the way. So, that thing that I had scratching on my roof. Now, I'm not too sure what that was, but it kind of made us a little nervous. Oh, I go outside all the time at night, like 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't care. I feel protected out there, except for from the bears. I won't go out there if there's a bear. Oh, and guys, by the way, now, if you were with me live the last time, I was outside and I heard some really loud noises. I think that was Bigfoot in the forest. Seriously. Like, it was not a bear. And this thing was, I could just hear it. Like, first it was across the street and then boom, it was on my side of the street. So, I think that's cool too. I put apples out there for him and everything. um,
We heard that.
Actually, I was nervous about it at first, but now I'm protected and I can't be messed with. It's like I believe that this message has to be out there, and if we don't put it out there, nobody will. So I think it's really amazing that it's happening to us, and I think everybody needs to talk about it more. If people are telling you no, don't talk about it because you should be scared. No, don't be scared. Everybody's fine.
Yeah, and a lot of times the perception of being scared are by other people that have not had the experience. So when they say, "Aren't you going to be scared?" they're talking because they've never had your experience with that. You see, once you have the experience, there's nothing to fear. That's the whole thing, to get over the mental part of being in fear, just to let go of the fear.
So for all our relatives, it says, Half Pint, do you all pray for protection over everything and everyone constantly? Yes, I do. All the time. Me and Ray do it all the time. Wherever we go, we're always saying love and peace. God, in God's name, love and peace. We have to though, because we're on property like Skinwalker Ranch. And if I don't do that, then this is like a doorway right here. I have portals on my property, so I have to be protected because, you can have good things, but bad things come a following.
Yeah, you
So
always got
I just have to keep my boundaries up.
right, and that's the whole thing. It's not so much it's like Skinwalker Ranch. It's just that what you're saying is, whenever you're having contact with positive space beings, there are other beings that know that's happening. They're going to try to weasel their way in through the cosmic portal or the galactic opening. But normally the Anunnaki, they're aware of that. The Anunnaki also know that they're going to, and if you have fairies on your property like April, and those people, they are going to protect you from that. They're going to fight. They're going to fight these other lower vibrational beings trying to get into the portal. They'll push them right out. They'll just say the Anunnaki won't let it happen anyway. The Anunnaki work from a very high level with the Ashtar Command. They're going to be right there. There you have other ships that are protecting the portal anyway. So you shouldn't be having any of that happen, only because of the fact that there are scout ships and their purpose is to monitor the area. That's why they're with you 24/7.
Well, check this out. So I used to be scared to go outside at night, right? And then after the Anunnaki showed up here, I was like, all right, that's it. I ain't scared no more.
Yeah.
Forget it. You can't be scared. If you're scared, look. I found out. Look, in the last 2 months, I have totally changed my outcome of my life. I have calmed down. I got told I had bipolar, but I don't think I have bipolar. I think they just wanted to give me medicine and shut me up. But anyway, so I feel like they have been around me forever.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm seeing them and they're like, they talk to Ray telepathically, right?
Yeah.
But Ray gives me the message. So they're pretty much giving him messages to give to me,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is cool.
Yeah. And you're able to take those messages that are given to Ray to you because you're part of the intergalactic communications with him of that message. It's not just for him. You really are part of the whole thing of contact, more than you even know. I think you already know that. The fact that
Yeah.
your relationship. is your physical form relationship, your spiritual togetherness, you and Ray, which is beautiful, but you're both connected to the Anunnaki on some level.
Yeah,
Now, you
something's
already know.
happening.
Yeah, I mean, you already know that, I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no way around that. Karen says, not scared. I'm outside now, cloudy. As long as you're working, Karen, and I know Karen well in terms of her being a friend of the show, just work on saying that you're a Christed being of light and that you're only interested in contacting your Christed family, star family, and that's all you have to say. As long as you say, only I'm going to contact my Christed family, star family, that's all you have to say telepathically. Anything else cannot come through. Disco says, half pint. Have you been seeing the military around your areas while up in the Appalachians?
Oh, yeah. So, not more than 3 weeks ago,
Hmm?
what the heck are them planes called?
What do you,
Not
what,
F-10, not F-10s. These were like fighter jets, like serious fighter jets.
F-15 fighter jets?
Um,
Susan Murray, welcome,
Ray
Susan.
Ray called them something else, but that's okay. So they clipped my trees right here, right where I cut that, where Ray got that picture of that ship. They
Yeah.
clipped that tree. I mean, it really scared me for a minute. So I was like, oh man, what's going on? You know?
Was that the Air Force jet or was that the spaceship?
No, Air Force jet.
They clipped your tree.
Oh boy, did they.
They would have been in trouble if they had clipped the tree and crashed in the field or something.
Yeah, well, I think they're looking for something and they're not going to find it. So,
No, they're never going to find it. They know they probably sense that there's some activity on your property.
well, since I've been on here, it's been getting stronger about that too.
Yeah. They're not going to be able to find the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki are too smart. The Anunnaki could cloak their spaceships, and they can bring all the F-18 or fighter jets they want to your property in the sky, but they're never going to find them. It's amazing how the people in the Air Force that are involved in this project to try to track spaceships from other worlds, they think they're going to find them. I find that almost ridiculous. They think they can
I
do it.
I I seriously think that's why they came through here. They were looking for something, for a ship.
And yeah, well, they think they're going to find the big ship, the little ships. They're not going to find any of those. The Anunnaki can turn their ships like in a different frequency in 2 seconds, and they're still can be there. They're invisible. Hollywood. That's absolutely correct. They're absolutely invisible when they need to be.
So, Commander, did you watch the news today?
No, what's going on in the news? Did I miss something?
Well, the government said that they just made another agreement with our friends.
On what
But
channel is
I
this on?
but I think that it might be hype. You know what I mean?
What news channel is this on? Do you know?
I got it on my Newsbreak app.
Newsbreak. Okay, I'll have to
Mhm.
check that out. Is Newsbreak a national app?
Yep.
And where's Newsbreak getting this information from?
I have no idea, but they said that the government made arrangements and signed another treaty.
Now, if that was true, the question would be, because my background's news, as to what the treaty was, who they signed it with. This is see, I have a background in news media, so I'm going to ask
Yeah.
questions about that. I know you won't have the answers, but how do you get to the app or the channel of this news break? What is that on TV? What is it?
No, just go on TikTok or go on your phone and go under Newsbreak.
News
And
break.
there's an
Okay.
app. Mm-hmm.
Now, was there a person that wrote the article about this, reporting it?
Yep.
There
Yeah.
was. I'm going to have to find out who this person is and see if I can get him on the show.
Yeah, because man, I am really interested about what's happening. I heard that and I was like, I'm not too sure I believe this, but hey, I could be wrong.
Yeah, Red
You
Jen
know.
said I should go on to Google Newsbreak. Hey, Red Jen, I will definitely look at that. I'll put it this way: what if there is a truth that there is an agreement signed? It won't make any difference. who they signed it with, because when it gets down to it, everybody, the Ashtar Command, that meaning all the galactic civilizations of light, they don't have any agreements with our government. They will never sign an agreement with our government whatsoever, because in the next year and a half, there's going to be contact on this planet. In the next
Yeah.
year and a half, hear me out here, there will be contact with different people all over the world who are ready for it. You will have contact. For those that aren't ready, it'll happen when it's ready to happen. But but if it's going to happen, you're going to hear about it first on this show. You'll hear about it right here.
So, Kenda, I see your question. You says, why do so many people deny the existence of otherworld entities? Because they are scared and they don't understand. We need to talk and get them to understand that they don't have to be scared of these entities.
Yeah. And Nina says, I'm so ready. Hollywood says, I'm ready. I've been ready. And I think a lot of people are ready, you know. I think a lot of you are ready. And you're getting another gift there, Half Pint.
Oh, thank you guys. I'm sorry. I'm just not used to getting gifts. So I'm like, thank
Someone's
you
saying,
though.
is the title of the article Irish Star?
Um,
Was there a title
I
for it?
don't know. I don't know.
I'll have to check that out.
I have no idea. The
Kindly Karen, yes,
denial
you're
of the
right.
world.
Hey, Kit Kat, thank you for the donuts.
Thank you.
Katrina says it's a new awakening. Absolutely.
Yes. And then um, Jody says, I want to see the medical advances. I'm so excited. Boy, am I excited for that too.
Smile said, I've been ready for a short life since I was a baby. I've been different. Jody Pickle Long, I want to see the medical advancements. I'm so excited.
So I have a question. Who all
Yeah.
thought they got adopted when they were kids?
Well, that's an interesting question.
Because I swear I thought I was adopted.
You thought you were adopted?
Yeah, I didn't feel like I was in that family.
You're probably adopted by Ray. Ray adopted you.
Yeah,
You adopted Ray, and there you go. There's your
yeah,
adoption. That's not too hard to figure out.
yeah.
Um, Steve says, my father worked at NASA, so your commander is correct. Monster Igmu says, written by Abigail Hunt and John O'Sullivan one day ago. I'm not sure what that is. I have a chip in my teeth, Bass says. Karen Morgan, thanks for joining us. Jay, good to see you.
Was that about that story we were just talking about? What you just
It might,
read?
yeah, I think so. And then Nina says Earth is shifting. Let's see.
Oh yeah, and hey guys, we're having earthquakes in Pennsylvania too. Me and Ray can feel them like every couple hours. They're just small ones, but they're happening.
Now, have those earthquakes been happening for a while, a half pint, or just recently?
Oh no, they just started.
What do you think is causing the earthquakes?
Well, I'm not too sure, but I just found out that we have lava flowing underneath us. And I have coal mines right underneath us, so no telling what's going on.
Yeah, well, that's crazy. That's really crazy. And we do have earthquakes in New England too. They don't happen all the time, but we have had earthquakes here.
Actually, they've been happening ever since the eclipse,
Yeah.
the earthquakes.
And what do you think's causing that since the eclipse? That all these weird things happening.
I think the Earth is just fixing itself, and our star families are helping.
Yeah. Smile
I
says,
just
well, I
think
think,
it's releasing some stuff,
yeah,
like almost like the geyser at Yellowstone. It's got to release some energy. So I
yep,
think that's what it's doing. It's just releasing some energy.
yep, I think that's right too, without a question. Chosen, thank you for the roses. We appreciate it.
Thank
Kayak Karen
you.
says, I'm concerned about their motives. Let's see. Kulichi says, I remember looking up at the sky when I was a kid, asking for them to come get me. Paranormal, thanks for the roses. Laugh me. I have been on the ships.
Thank you,
They showed
paranormal.
me the stars young. Um, and Disco says the bad ones have lost their power. Absolutely correct.
Yeah, I think they have. So, kind of says maybe they've been mining from beneath our planet's surface. Well, I think they have. Because every so often, I thought they stopped with the mines up here. And every so often, you can hear something that sounds like an M80 going off, but you can feel it in the ground. So I think they're still mining it. I don't know how much more they can mine.
Yeah, but they could be doing that, or they could be just having some bases set up at certain areas that are not seen by human beings. They could be like bases that are in the sky, bases that are in the earth underneath you. Most likely, I think the Anunnaki in the mountains have some sort of a base set up there.
That's what I'm thinking, and it's close. Maybe they're using my house as the base.
You know, what better way to cloak around your house so no one would detect them?
Yep. I'm telling you, man. I think it's cool though. I
It is
really
cool.
enjoy being around.
And we've had now, since I've been on to 1030, 8,600 people have viewed encounters. 1,600 people, no, 8,600 people have viewed this show since 10:30 p.m. tonight. It's a lot of people.
Yeah,
So I
how
want to thank
cool is that?
all eight. Yeah, you know, I can keep track.
Yep. Now everybody's listening to the word.
Yeah, and they're getting the truth here. That's why they're here. Because you'll find
Yeah.
out when you watch the show, you not only will be addicted to encounters, the only real talk show on here, and we are a talk show, because I'm also on the radio Sunday mornings at 11:30 on Pacifica Radio, NPR Radio. Okay, and we've interviewed hundreds of people since 2003. People that have had encounters. My friend Half Pint and her husband are people having real physical encounters with the Anunnaki. You know, people can write stories. Creators can create videos on YouTube with pictures and AI photos of what the Anunnaki look like. But the Anunnaki are taller, 7 to 8 feet tall. They are men and women. They look just like us. I believe their complexion, if you were to see it, would be sort of an olive complexion. And they're just very beautiful people. The Anunnaki are
Yes.
completely beautiful. Unlike some of the, because a lot of people speculate what they look like, but you've actually, Ray and you have actually seen the Anunnaki, and you know they've seen them physically.
Yeah. So another thing that people need to understand. So my husband had a heart attack right here in the house. Well, he didn't go to the hospital or nothing after he had his heart attack. And then he was just feeling a little bit of a pain in his chest, so he went in and got checked.
Hmm.
And they told him your heart was fixed. It's a medical miracle that his heart was fixed. So God and the Anunnaki, I think, fixed his heart.
Yeah, well, the Anunnaki, who I say work with the Astro Command directly, just like the beings that I'm connected with on the ship, they are, believe it or not, they are human, and not human in the way that we look at ourselves as being human. They are taller than us. They are not just humanoid, but they are very much light beings or spiritual beings of light. They also work in the Christed frequencies of light. So, yeah, they're all connected. Many different beings from other planets of light have different colors of skin. In some cases, way different than the olive complexion, of course. But they are always going to be somewhat taller than we are in terms of the physical height of the men and women.
They're tall. They're like 7 feet tall.
Yeah. Yep. So, and you've seen them,
Yeah.
and they've seen them, and they are human. They also can be translucent if they don't want to show their full body. They will be translucent, and I think
So
that's. Go ahead.
I took a picture of Ray out here on the deck,
Mhm.
and the Anunnaki standing like right there, like
Yeah.
not more than 5 feet from him.
Does Ray know that's happening?
Oh yeah,
Did Ray try to communicate telepathically with the space person?
oh yeah. He talks to him all the time.
Does he tell you what he's said to them, what the conversations were about?
Um, no, he just they give him like downloads every morning. Like at 3 o'clock in the morning, for some reason, he always wakes up and looks out the window,
Yeah.
and he's always brighter by the time I wake up. Like he
Yeah.
thinks a lot more better when
Right.
that happens.
Yeah. He seems to be very alert when he has contact. And
Yeah.
and right now he's sleeping, but I'm sure when he's awake, probably even tomorrow night or whenever, if they wish to contact him, they'll do what they do, which is they'll come to him and say it's time to do this thing, and he'll be out like a light, or he might come back.
Yeah. Well, I know he goes transparent, so and then he disappears. So
Yeah,
something's happening.
yeah,
I just don't think he's remembering it. Like he didn't remember taking those pictures, and I went, "Babe, you got to remember what
yeah,
you're doing."
yeah. And he needs to hopefully, he's probably in his dream state. That's when he gets downloaded information from the Anunnaki. They'll download it in the sleep state uh, area. When someone goes to sleep, that's the time when you can get actual contact through your sleep
Yeah.
state folks. All the people watching this realize if you're already having contact at some level, you could have contact just in your sleep state. If you go to sleep, you'll have to say to yourself, you know what? I'd like to have contact with my star family. You have to be very specific. In my teachings, I tell people, you don't can say, anybody out there, come on in. Anybody out there in space, come on in. That's not what you do. That's a reckless way to do things. You have to say, I'm a Christed being of light. I will only connect with my star family who are Christed beings of light from whatever planetary system I come from. You have to be very conscious of what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it. I'll help you on this show. I not only interview people, I will help you understand how to make contact with the star people that you are connected to. I can at least give you that much information, but then it's in your court. The ball's in your court. You have to do the work in order to make it happen. You have to do the work.
So I've been seeing some of your comments, and you guys keep saying to put cameras up around my house. Well, I'm trying to save up money for all my equipment because I'm telling you, if I had cameras on this house, oh Lord, the
And
things
April,
that you guys would see.
yeah. And April in Vermont has cameras in her house, so she gets everything documented on the cameras. And
Yeah.
April have,
Uh,
she's seen them.
I need to get some. I just been trying to save up money to get some.
Mhm. So yes, it's not just like that easy. Just do it. Once she has the money, have Pint will put cameras up to document them. But Ray takes pictures, so they are being documented.
And Ray doesn't normally take pictures, by the way. I'm the one that normally takes the pictures. So
Oh,
what
you
he
take the
did this
pictures,
morning was kind of like out of his realm. You know what I mean? Like
really?
he doesn't normally grab the phone and take pictures.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. And
Yeah, he
good
says
evening,
that's
Dan.
my
Good to
job.
see you. So just to give people an update, because I'm very tuned into everything. So at about I was like had my daughter is here, my daughter's boyfriend and my wife and I were having dinner. And before dinner, I was watching April's live. That was before 10 o'clock tonight, right? Yesterday. And she had the music going. She had the certain kind of lighting on TikTok that lets you see what's happening when they come through the rift. What the rift is when they come through the doorway, they open up a rift in her room, and they come right from the ship right in her room. So April's father, for people new to this, I'm going to give you this story. April is a friend of ours. She is a contactee, a real contactee. We all met here on not Facebook, about less than a year ago. I came on TikTok from Facebook. I worked on radio, a show called Ash Trucker Man Radio on Sunday mornings for 21 years. I met April and 4 other people through the TikTok, and we're all in the Northeast corridor of the United States. And we're all eventually going on a spaceship in less than a year. Okay. Our friend April has documented every single experience. She has cameras, security cameras. Her father, and she has a father off planet. We all have family. Her father came and said it was time to go during her broadcast. There were multiple witnesses that were watching her show on TikTok, and she was taken, and they said it's time to go. When they say it's time to go, her father's saying it's time to leave the Earth and go on the ship. So she physically went on the spaceship. This is the 14th time. Everything is documented. Number 14. I told her the other night when she was on my live that, April, I think you're going to be taken off planet in the next few days. I think you're going to be taken off planet. There's something that you have to do. And she was taken off planet during her live last night before 10 o'clock, around 10 minutes before 10. She was taken off planet. This is all true. And I believe that she'll be coming back with new information. I think they're giving her more information to give to us. And whatever can be publicly stated, she will be able to state. And she will automatically be able to tell it on her own live and also on our live when that happens. So for those that don't know April, if you see Friends with Furries on, watch her program. When she's live, you never know what's going to happen. Her father or her mother or somebody from the ship can come right through into her room, opening a raft or a doorway, and they can take her right on the ship. It takes them 2 seconds to bring her on a big ship off planet, and that's it. Maybe 2 minutes, maybe less than that, maybe like 2 seconds. A UFF DA5, you don't need money, girl? What's that all about? DFF DA5, are you watching Encounters? What are you talking
What
about?
is that?
Mario Gomez, how Commander is Super Mario. Hey, Super Mario. BAS, I'll take your money, and I'll buy some night vision equipment with it. I'll take your money. XRP. Laying low, government. Oh, okay. You know what? I kind of figured that, GOV, down rabbit holes, laying low with the government situation. I got you, brother. No worries. Keep low. Keep safe. Bobby J says, I just joined. I saw a ship land in my yard a week ago, and it felt like something entered my body. Looking at Bobby J. I'd like to have you on our show. So the way it works is I have half pint here. You have to be over 18, no foul language, no smoking, no drinking, no paranormal discussion. What else? Am I missing anything here? I keep thinking I am. And we just stay on topic. I'm going to see if you want to come up, Bobby. I'm going to just invite you up. I want you to come on screen. If you have a camera, which you do, you have to just turn your camera on. I'll bring you up here if you want to come on. And let me see here. I go on the ships. I want to bring this other person up here. Where are they? Daniel says, I think I'm a starseed. How can I be sure? Daniel, if you have dreams about space people that are star people, if you've had in your dreams encounters with beautiful people, and you're getting messages in your consciousness, then you are definitely a star person. Let me go backwards here. But let's see who the person was. Let's see, Bobby J. Okay, let me see, Bobby. We're inviting Bobby up here, Bobby J. If you accept my invitation, press the accept thing, and then press the camera, and we'll bring you on here, Bobby J. If you're still with us in the room, Susan Mary, thanks for coming back, Susan. It's now about 12:29. We're doing good here. We're almost at 100,000 likes. Everybody follow the show. You can go to my main profile page. Just press the follow button. Everybody follow each other. We like to always uplift everybody in our show here, so please do that.
Hi, Rod.
Hey, there's Rod. I see him. I think they are watching me. Bobby J, don't worry about it. You're protected on this show. If you go live with me, you'll have the protection of the Ashtar Command. No thing to worry about, Bobby J. Trust me when I say this show is protected. I work with the Ashtar Command. We are protecting. Matter of fact, if I know where you are, I'll send a spaceship to your location. Now, Half Pint knows this, and anyone who watches a regular watcher of my show, I have connections off planet with the Ashtar Command spaceships. All right, I have connections with the spaceships. When I say with the spaceships, the star people in the ships I have connections with. I can send a spaceship over your location right now, and I can keep it there to make sure there's nothing or no one watching you. And we can do that right now, Bobby J. And I've not even talked to you yet. I don't even totally know you, but I can send a spaceship up to your location right now. If you don't know much about my background, I work and I've been working. I came here from off planet. I am human, but I'm also very activated, so I can send a spaceship over your location. I don't use pendulums. I don't use crystal balls. I don't do readings. None of that stuff. I don't have neon lights behind me. Everything I'm telling people out here is real. Half Pint knows it. A number of people that have been with me watching the show for over a year now know that everything I've done is absolutely correct and accurate.
So, Bobby J, if you have anything happening, you need to come up and let everybody know so we can help you.
Yep.
I
And
used
we
to be
can
scared
help
to
you,
come
Bob.
up here too.
Yeah, we can actually help you, Bobby J. There's nothing to be afraid of. Monique, what was your questions? I'm trying. There's so many people throwing questions. I'm just going to watch for now. Okay, Bobby J, I'm going to do something without even talking to you. I'm going to do something, Bobby J. I want you to close your eyes for a minute. Now, I don't even see you, but I'm going to do something for you because I know you're a little bit afraid that you're being watched by government people. So I'm going to close my eyes here for a minute, and I'm going to ask the Ashtar Command to send one spaceship over his location, wherever that is in the United States, wherever it is. We're going to have a ship about 30,000 feet above your location right now. I'm sending a ship over there now. Whether people believe me or not doesn't make any difference to me. It makes no difference. I'm actually doing it in a nanosecond. Thank you, Karen. And
Yeah,
Bobby
so
J,
Commander, um,
yes,
so that's been happening with me too. Like my pictures are disappearing.
they're disappearing.
Yeah, off my phone.
Interesting. Interesting. Bobby J, I've sent a ship over your location about 30,000 feet above your location. I'm also sending 20 of our Ashtar Command personnel. They'll be cloaked on the ground around your property. I'm going to have the Ashtar Command mess up the people that are trying to watch you. So who's ever watching you, as you say you're afraid because someone's watching you, the command's going to take care of that situation tonight. The command doesn't do anything other than operate in a very high frequency of light. But they will mess up whatever they're doing. If they're monitoring you through communications or through your phones or anything, the command's going to stop that tonight. You're not going to have that problem anymore. Within the next couple of days, your problems are going to be gone. They're going to be so messed up on the ones that are trying to monitor you They don't know what they won't know what to do.
And if
But they
they're
won't.
there, you're going to feel them. You're going to feel them around you because you're going to feel a lot of love coming around you.
Yeah. The Astro Command has ways of messing up Earth-based monitoring frequencies, and we are going to mess up their frequencies right now. We're going to mess up their frequencies right now. So whatever government agents are watching you, Bobby J, we're going to mess up their radio communication monitoring frequencies. They're going to probably wonder what happened. We're going to shut them down in 2 seconds. We're shutting them down in 3, 2, 1. And if you feel yourself physically afraid or mentally afraid, the Astro Command people that are there are going to work with you. There's 3 of them in the room right now with you. They're going to transfer the fear energy into an energy of love and an energy of no fear. When you wake up tomorrow morning, you're going to have no fear. You'll have nothing to fear about. Those that have been trying to monitor you where you live will not be able to do that anymore. They're going to have their radio frequencies messed up. Susan, thank you. So I work, like I say, I'm a talk show
How
host, but I'm
cool
more
is
than just a
that?
talk show host. That was pretty cool, Susan. So people that are new to my show, you're going to find very shortly that I do these things on here. I'm sure the government doesn't like what I'm doing. I don't care what the government thinks. You'll find very clearly that I don't care whether the government monitors this show or not. We've actually shut down their monitoring systems on this TikTok show, and it doesn't matter. The government's actually afraid of us. They should be, because we work directly with our space brothers on the ships. We have direct communications. We don't channel anything. I've been a contactee and a communicator telepathically for many, many years. So as I'm speaking to Half Pint, I am speaking to the space people through telepathy. I communicate through telepathy. That's how I communicate. Let's see here.
So hopefully he comes back and lets us know how he feels.
Yeah. Yeah, Bobby, we want to find out how you feel in the next few days. But I am serious when I say I'm here to help you. When I hear stories like that, I go into activated mode and I do communicate with the ships. Are you serious? How it says, yes, I'm very serious. If that question's for me, absolutely correct. I live next to a UFO. Susan, thank you. Wow, that's new. Holy mackerel.
Oh, how
I live
cool.
next to a UFO station of the West Coast in Malibu. Fernando, Carlos, a UFO station. Hey, Carlos, would you like to tell us about that? Fernando, would you like to come up and talk about that on the program? Whoops. James, good evening.
There's a lot of people coming in tonight.
Yeah.
That's good.
When you're telling the truth, people will be here. Why don't
Well,
I
you
ever see?
know,
Go ahead.
I kind of had a little problem with a hacker. Well, not a hacker. What do you call them?
A troll.
The people that come and tell you that things aren't real, like my pictures. Like they'll tell me, "Oh, that ain't real," but you know, I only have a regular phone to take a picture, and these things are just showing up. I do not fake anything. I try to be as truthful as possible as I can. And if you ask me a question, I will go and look to see what the answer is because I don't know everything yet. But I
Yeah.
think it's really cool learning about it.
Now, Roxy D, the foodie. Before I bring Roxy D, the foodie up, I don't just bring people up. Again, if you're going to come up, no, you have to be over 18. No foul language, no drinking of any sort, no smoking of any sort, and no paranormal discussion. So if you want to come up, I need to know in a sentence what you're going to talk about. Karen 82, thank you. Wow, that's really wild. Uh, uh, Jody Pickle Long says, I believe you. I see them all the time. Hollywood says, wow. And let me see. They are watching me for sure, they say here. BAS says. We all have love, yes. Send one over to me. So I don't just send ships over to people. In this case, Bobby needs it done for a specific reason, and only we'll have a communications with them on my show and see them on the screen, and then I will decide. But in this case, I've done this for heart. Thank you for the again. Thank you for the heart, the hand heart.
That's cool.
So James says so you can jam the soul catchers also. I don't even mean by soul catchers. We can jam the radio monitoring stations of the government. We can jam those stations up so they cannot monitor anybody here on TikTok. Our ships can jam up their frequencies. How do you follow Half Pint user? Just go and press her page, her picture, and you should be able to go to her profile. Thank you, honey girl. Thank you for the cowboy hat. Just trying to read everybody here. Let's see. Let's see here.
So, Diane, you say, I look up and I never see them. You have to let them know you're ready and that you're not scared of them, or else
Thank you, Karen.
they won't show themselves. That's what I had to do. I had to just go outside and say, "Okay, I'm ready to meet you." And then not more than 2 days later, I seen that ship. So you
And
just can't
Papa,
be you just can't be scared. You just gotta say, "Hey, I'm ready to meet my star family."
and Papa Smurf says, "I'm not afraid of the government." Good for you, Papa Smurf. You shouldn't be. Nobody should be of any government on this planet. The governments should be afraid of us. The governments of the world should be afraid of us, and it's afraid of the fact that the space people are here now. I want people to know something. Whether you believe it or not, it makes no difference to me. If you watch my show, it doesn't matter what you believe. I love you all, whether you believe me or not. I'm telling you the truth. There's going to be increased contact with the space people, and it's starting now. It's starting with individual groups of people and individual people like Half Pint and Ray up in the Appalachian Mountains. They are a couple that are having contact with the Anunnaki. They're not writing stories about it. They're not creating content with little pictures of pyramids and what they consider the Anunnaki. They are having physical contact, which is different than people writing their opinions about the Anunnaki or about this space group or that space group. They are having physical contact. They are documenting pictures of spaceships in the mountains over their property. Same thing is happening with my friend April, who's on the ship right now, who was taken on the ship around 10 or 15 minutes, about 10 minutes before 10 p.m. tonight. She was taken in northern Vermont back on the ship with her father, who was a space person, her mother, who's a space person on the spaceship. They are human like we are, and she's documenting everything. And she was doing her live TikTok broadcast when they decided that it was time to go on the ship. Again, if you want to be a guest, I need to know, in a sense, what you're going to talk about. I need to know that. So I need to, if you're requesting to come on live, tell me what you're going to talk about. Again, no smoking, no drinking, and the whole line of both of those, what those words mean. You have to be over 18, no foul language, and no paranormal discussion. That's basically the rules of the show.
Commander, did you read Bobby's message?
No, I didn't. Where's the message? I've missed it. I'm like at 90. I'm still going down the messages here.
It says, I'm looking up at the sky over my house with my shotgun just in case I don't see your ship.
You won't see the ship. The ship is going to be cloaked. The ship will be cloaked. The Astro Command will cloak their ship so the government doesn't even know they're there. The ship will be cloaked. Bobby, the ship will be cloaked. The ship of light with the Astro Command. Hey, Aston, good to see you. Our ships will be cloaked. They're not going to show themselves. They're going to protect themselves from any government radar systems. Our
And
ships
you
will be
don't
cloaked.
and you don't need a shotgun because they're not there to hurt you. They're there to help you. So
Yeah, Bobby.
please put your
Put,
shotgun away.
yeah, put that away, will you? You're dealing with beings of light, positive human type beings, spiritual beings of light. You don't need that. I brought the ship over there to help you. You said you were having problems. We're there to help you. When they
You
said,
know, if you have bad ones coming around or look, bad spirits or anything, you just got to tell them this is love and light in God's name. You are not allowed here. So, Bobby, I really hope that you get strong and you do that because they will leave. They will
yeah,
leave you alone.
I'm trying to slowly read over everybody. Can you bring me in? I got a story to tell. Alex, okay. Alex has a story to tell. We're going to take a chance. Alex is in, I think, LA. We'll find out. So bring Alex. Alex, if you can turn your camera on when I bring you up, you'll have a camera on your TikTok, just like Half Pint. If you bring the camera on, we'll bring you on the camera. Bring the camera on so that we can actually see you. We're going to welcome Alex on to Encounters here on Late Night, our show. Alex, good
Hi,
evening. Welcome to
Alex.
the show.
Hey, how you doing?
Al-
Thank you so much. Let me
Alex, can
I
you bring
tried.
your camera on?
Yeah, I did, but something happened. Let me see. Let me try again. There you go.
Not yet. It should be. When you press the camera, there's a little icon. You
Yeah,
press it and save it. Press and save.
press and save. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I see the same thing. Okay, here we go.
There you
Oh,
go.
there you
Welcome to
go.
the show, Alex. Good to have you with
Oh,
us, brother.
oh, man, this is beautiful. You have no idea. I've been following you since you know, you had not these many followers on your page, and I really love you guys, and I love everybody here. But there's something you gotta hear, and I need some help from you, from the lady present, or
Okay.
from some of your followers. So check this out. I live in LA, right? And I do a lot of driving. If you're familiar with LA, there's a highway near the ocean named PCH.
Yeah,
So,
I know that highway.
okay, cool. So not so long ago, people were saying that Elon Musk was, I guess, bringing back some of the satellites, right? I don't know if you guys heard the story.
No, I haven't. Well, I know
Oh,
about Elon Musk and the Starlinks.
okay, okay. So I'm driving, and this happened like around 6:40 p.m. I'm heading northbound PCH. So you got Santa Monica, you got Malibu. After Malibu, you got what do you got? What do you got? Malibu. You got Suma. That's the name of the beach. When I get to Suma, it's almost like, and people are gonna call me crazy or whatever, but it's a beautiful experience that I had. So I'm looking in the sky, and then you could see something like if like a small window open. I don't know how to explain this. Almost like if
Mm-hmm.
a small window open, and then you could see something coming out, right? Coming in, like this. And then I'm looking, and I said, "What the hell is that?" And then there was a lady with me, so I told a lady, "Hey, can you give me a second? Come see this." So a lady comes, and she was the one that told me, "Oh yeah, I heard about Elon Musk bringing in some of the satellites or whatever." But
Right.
it was so beautiful. That thing came in, and then you could see a trail of white smoke in the back. I
Yeah.
didn't get a chance to record it, but some of the people that were there, they were recording this. So that's that. And I'm always connected. Like I love all the things that you guys do with the universe and UFOs, aliens,
No,
spiritual.
thank you.
Yeah, I love all that. So I'm a believer since you have no idea. But nothing like this I experienced before. And this happened on Wednesday. So I get to, like I said, you got Santa Monica, Malibu, Suma. But this time I went to Trancas. And there's a big lot right there, a big parking lot. And
Mm-hmm.
what I do, I go there, I get away from everybody, I go there, and if it's a clear sky, you can see the whole stars, right? It's
Yeah.
beautiful. So you're not gonna believe this. I met a friend over there who's always the lady's always stargazing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm over there talking to her, and I'm looking at the skies, and I was telling the lady, "Hey, you know what? Probably like a week ago, I was here, and I don't get it. I seen two small lights, and yeah, you could see the planes going by, and you could tell which
Right.
one's a plane, which one's not. But these two particular lights, they were going slow, and they don't do this. They don't blink. Just a solid, almost
Right.
like I'm gonna say like a yellow light, but just solid, right? And I don't know what it is. And then she was telling me it could be a satellite, or who knows, it could be an UFO. We never know. So I left it like that, and we're talking about coyotes, because when you go there's a lot of coyotes going around. And then something told me look up on the sky. So when I go up like this, you're not gonna believe this. And this is the second time it happens to me. This is what I seen. I'm gonna give you an example. People talks
Okay.
about a giant cigar.
Yeah.
So what I seen is, picture this
Yeah.
and watch this. This is a flashlight, and check
Right.
this out.
Oh, yeah.
do you see the blue lights?
Yeah.
Okay, no lie. That's exactly what I seen, but picture that 15 times. So there were 15 lights in a straight line like this. And when I was telling the lady, her name is Lavender, I was telling her, hey, check this out. And then she was looking and she was excited. And this is what we noticed. If this is the front part,
Right.
so look, this thing was moving like this slow, right? Like that. And
Right.
then when I noticed the first light turn off, and then the second light turn off, the third light turn off. 15 lights, okay? They were turning off.
15
But I'm
lights.
saying, if there is something on top of those lights, I gotta see something, a frame, a metal. But no, once those lights turn off, it's almost like semi-transparent. You can see the sky, right?
Right.
But that's the thing I don't get. They were turning off, turning off, turning off until got to the last light. And this is what happened to me. Since I work for this company and I do a lot of driving, we're not allowed to
Yeah.
have the cell phone on, right?
Right.
But I got my cell phone in my pocket. I'm excited. I bring my cell phone up, and since I have that code, I did this, and I'm doing my fingerprint so I could get the
Right.
screen on and get my camera ready. And I'm looking, and there's 3 lights left. By the time my phone goes on, there's no time for me to record. So I got no evidence.
The lights
But
were gone.
I
So
would
were
like
the
to.
lights, Alex, were the lights vertical or horizontal when they were moving? Were they bluish color, like the blue on your flashlight?
Yeah, just like this,
They were
sir. Just
blue.
like this. And you know that traffic lights?
Mhm.
If you see the traffic light, they might be like about that size, right?
Yeah.
So because of the distance, I guess it was about that size that I seen those lights, and they were just like this, just like that, on a
Wow.
straight
Yeah.
line, and then like 15 of them. But
Wow.
like
See,
I
now
said,
those lights could have been bigger. You just didn't realize it. They could have
Right.
been way bigger.
because
Absolutely.
of the distance, and look, my flashlight does this. Hold on, let me show you. Hopefully, I don't blind you guys.
Right.
But you see the strobe, they were not doing this. People talks about that they have seen lights in the sky doing this, but the ones that I seen, it was only solid blue.
Solid blue. That's
Yeah.
very amazing. Did you feel like any energy? This is Encounters. So late night, I'm CmdrAleon. We have my friend Half Pint up in the Appalachian Mountains on the East Coast, Alex on the West Coast. Did you feel any energy? Like just when people have that kind of situation, how long did it last for when you were watching this particular craft?
Easily, it happened. It took about it was so quick, but those lights were moving like so slow.
Yeah.
But if I'm able to put a time frame, it happened so quick. I must say maybe 5 minutes,
5
because
minutes.
they were moving, and then we over here trying to get ready, and then they disappeared right in front of my face.
Did you feel like they were there to watch you or to visit you?
I have this friend from Sinaloa. He's from Mexico, Sinaloa, and he's he's always like if you're live, he will come to you and he will listen to you and everybody who follows you, reading what they type and just learning. And he was telling me that sometimes when you're connected with the plants, with the animal, with the ocean, with the universe in particular. In my case, I noticed that if I had changed something in my life, if I'm able to help somebody, and during that week, I help out three different homeless. I remember I even have if you go on my page, there's a video that I made about me trying to help out this lady, and you could tell that lady's being beat up on the streets, like she's having a hard time, right?
Yeah.
So I'm over here getting ready to eat, and what I did, I remember I had some food, so I said, you know what, let me go ahead and share with this lady. So I approached the lady, and I said, look, I got some rice, I got some eggs, I got some vegetables, and I have a gallon of water. Do you have like a plastic plate or a gallon or something where I could put some water? And then, I want to share it with you. And the lady goes, oh, yeah. She went and she found a plate. So I put half of my food on her plate. And then she had a quart of plastic container. And I put a little bit of water. And I say, go ahead and rinse it, clean it, and I'll put more water. So I fill it up with water. And then only because I didn't have enough money, to be honest, I just gave her $2, right? She was already eating a small salad that she had. Somebody gave her a small salad, but
Yeah.
I noticed that she didn't touch my food, the water, and I even gave her a Coca-Cola, which at that time it was already halfway because I drink a little bit from it, right? But I said,
Right.
do you mind? And of course, she said she wants it. So I go back on my car and I'm eating, I'm watching her, and I see that
Right.
she's touching her salad, but she's not really eating my stuff or drinking my stuff. And the $2 she left it on the floor. And then she just walked away and left everything on the floor. So I'm looking at and I'm saying, no, she's gonna come back and eat and grab her money,
Right.
whatever. But not she left, and then another homeless came and he was excited. He was like, ooh, ooh. And I'm thinking maybe he's hungry, he's gonna get the water, he's gonna get the food. But no, he looked around and he asked somebody else if that was their stuff. They said no, so he just grabbed the $2 and left, right? So I'm like, oh man, they took the $2. I felt bad about the lady. So, I finished eating and then I start driving and I see the lady like 2 blocks away. And I told the lady,
Yeah.
hey, ma'am, you left everything back there, the food, the water, the $2, somebody took it. And then the lady goes, oh, no, I'll go back right now. And then she started acting like she was going to go back. But I felt bad about the $2. So the thing is that in my life, I always been like that. If I'm able to help, I might help you out. And just recently, I've been doing that. I try to help out people on the streets. So my friends supposedly saying that when you do stuff like that, I guess there's a race that they're connected with you. And when they see this kind of stuff that you're doing here, they'll come and visit you. I don't know if that's true.
That's
Is it
considered
true?
your star family, Alex. Like if you tune into them again, you remember what that ship looked like. When you go meditate for 30 minutes, connect with the picture of that ship in your head. When you
Yeah.
do that, you'll actually be able to manifest not only the memory of that contact you've had, but you should try telepathically communicating with that blue spaceship that Half Pint was talking about where you were. I believe you can make contact with them if you learn. Do you know how to do you know what telepathy is or how to use telepathy?
I haven't done it myself, but I heard about telepathy.
Okay.
Yeah. It would be nice though.
So what you want to do is you want to learn how to meditate with the word you or om. That's a vibrational pattern of a high frequency vibrational word. When you do the meditation, you'll do it for 30 minutes per day, and whenever you can in a quiet space. And what you want to do is say, "I'm a Christed being of light. I wish to connect only with my star family." That's all you've got to say. I am a Christed being of light. I wish to connect with my star family off planet. If you say those things and you practice that, eventually telepathically saying that through your consciousness, just like we are verbally talking to each other here on the show, if you do that quietly in your mind, that's called conscious communications, essentially telepathy. So as you put your words out into the universe, it's very specific. Excuse me, what will happen is you'll eventually contact your star family. You'll eventually make contact with your biological star family, not just a star family, but a biological star family. I'm going to tell people what that is. For people that have never heard the term biological star family, that means that each person that connects with their biological star family, you're connecting with your non-Earth family. You have an Earth family, like you might have a brother or sister, Alex. You might have a grandmother, a grandpa, whatever. That's your Earth-based family. But you also have what you call a biological star family. Donna, thank you. Thank you. You have a biological star family, which most people on Earth, because we have billions of people on planet Earth that are totally not awake, they have no idea what that is.
Thank you, Alex.
No problem. No problem. Thank you guys for having me here and everybody here. Now, there's another thing that I want to let you know too. This is my second time that I experienced something like this. But before I go there, and if you guys have the time, since I live in LA, and then if you Google it, or if you guys are from LA, you already know. When you're on PCH, and maybe you heard this too, and it's a true story. Or when you're on PCH on the highway, there's a street called Temesco Canyon.
Yeah.
Okay? You're familiar with Temesco Canyon? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to tell me if I'm lying or not. But look, they're saying that in Malibu, there's this street called Temesco Canyon. Let's just say if you got Temesco Canyon right here, Temesco Canyon, you go through the ocean, make a straight line, and it will connect to Catalina Island. Once you're on Catalina Island, you'll come back this way, and it's going to connect with Long Beach. And what do you get? You get a picture of a triangle, right?
Yeah.
So people here in LA are saying, and they have videos on YouTube, you could go see it. Every time when you want to hear about or see UFOs, everybody's looking up and see what they look, what they want to see, this and that. But no, on this particular area, you don't look up. You got to be ready on the ocean because people have seen lights coming out from the ocean up on the sky. And this is a hot spot of UFO. If you Google it, you're gonna see that Temescal Canyon is a hot spot for UFO.
Yeah,
There's a
you're
lot
talking
of
about
videos.
I think there's a base right there.
That's what my friend. That's
there is
exactly what my
the
friend told
base.
me.
The Catalina Island, Alex. I'm familiar with that whole area. That's near San Diego, right?
It's
Yeah.
closer to LA though.
It's off the coast in the
Yeah, it is.
Pacific.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that area. It's
Yeah.
there's definitely an underwater base.
So they're saying the connection of Temescal Canyon, Catalina Island, and Long Beach, it makes a triangle. And then on this area right here, hot spot.
Mhm.
And all you gotta do, go on PCH, get to Temescal Canyon, park, just be there, and you're gonna see something.
Yeah.
Sooner or later, you're gonna see something because there's a lot of people seeing stuff there.
But I want you to do some of the stuff I talked about because I think if you do the meditations like I'm suggesting, just picture the spaceship you saw that time, and just feel the beautiful energy. I don't think you had any fear of what you were looking at. You didn't have any fear, did you?
No, and that's another thing that I want to talk about. The government is always saying that oh, they don't want to bring this information to the people because people will go crazy, this and that. But not everybody's like that. Like to me, that's a beautiful thing. I would like to be friends with them and get connected and see what they need from us and how can we help, or to me,
and
all that doesn't give me.
and really all they need from us is for us to be awakened, activated human beings that realize that we're not from Earth, that we're having a human experience. And that's one of my teachings when I came here from Mars, and I came here as from the Ashtar Command, which I came from before there was any internets or TikToks or Instagrams or Facebooks. Or even websites. I've been working with the command my whole adult life. Before my adult life, I didn't even know what the word meant. I just knew that I had abilities growing up that I didn't understand. But now I'm fully activated. So I do this show because I know we need to have this here. And I've helped many people share their stories, like you're sharing yours.
Yeah.
You've watched my show a long time. You know the quality of what we bring here for everybody is real. And we don't just do a TikTok thing where people are wearing costumes and yelling at each other. We don't do that because I do a talk show here. But I'm glad you came on for sure. Will you do some of those meditations? Will you do some meditations? Focus on the meditations for 30 minutes a day or night or whenever, and just say, I'm a Christed being of light. I want to connect with my biological star family. If you do that, I believe it doesn't have to be rushed. They will hear you telepathically calling for them, and they will reconnect with you.
And there's another thing. I had like 3 great female friends. One was from Colombia, the other one Mexico. The other lady was from Honduras, and these ladies were like psychic, very connected, very spiritual. But this is not the psychics that you will go and it's $1,000. No, this lady, they were working for a donation, whatever you want to give to them. But how do you know that these ladies were really good? Because they will tell you stuff that you only knew, right? And then when they will tell you stuff, the things that they had already told you that it was going to happen, it will take maybe 3 days or a week, and then you're already seeing what the hell is going on right here. I already knew because she told me it was going to happen, and it's happening. So these ladies were really good at it, and they gave me like an advice. She was saying, or they were saying that your angels and archangels are always here with us, but they could be here with us. But if you don't open up your heart and tell them, I want you to be in my life and take care of me, my family and friends, whatever, that's the only time when they're going to come and help you out in so many different ways. And maybe they help you out already, and you don't pay attention because you're always busy from work to the house and this and that. There's things happening that like you say, we got to be awake, and they're already happening, but we always like blindfolded. So that's something that I added on my life. There's a video on YouTube where they're showing how to connect with the angels and archangels, and you gotta open up yourself and tell them, I'm here, help me out, or what is it that you want me to do, and stuff like that. And I did that, and after I did that, that's when I started seeing things happening that they were not there before, or at least I didn't see them before.
So they're making contact with you,
right?
And that's a beautiful thing. Like I said, I'm not even afraid. So that's that. And this is my second time that happened on Trancas. The first time that it happened to me, it was when I took a trip from LA to Dodge City, Kansas. So, I'm flying, and at this time I bought my new Insta X3 camera, and I'm excited because I'm saying, I'm gonna record like so many videos, this and that. And for some reason, there's always something happening. So when I left from here, I had a charge, but I was taking videos and this and that. By the time when I get on the plane, I don't know how to use the outlets. It's my first time getting on the plane. I don't know how to use the outlets. So I had to ask the steward, excuse me, I don't know how to use the connection here. Can you help me out? And then the lady told me, supposedly from United Airlines, that you have to buy an adapter to try to connect it on the right under the seat. And then she walked away. I said, oh, okay, I didn't even know. I guess I'm gonna give me one when I can. But and then there was a young lady across from me, and I guess she heard the conversation, and she told me, no, you don't need no adapter. Let me see your the one that you have. No, it's fine. Just plug it on there, and it's gonna go in. But I was trying, and it wouldn't go in. But and then she helped me out, and it went in. And I said, oh damn, it works. I don't need no adapter. So I was charging my camera at that time. It was off. And behind me, because I had already seen that I had a white lady behind me. You know, I'm just there's videos on my page where I'm recording the clouds. I love clouds. There's something about the clouds after it rains. Here in LA, there's some beautiful clouds. I'm looking up and I'm clear sky with the clouds. I'm like, hey, that cloud doesn't even look real, man. It looks like cartoonish, or they look more the outlines. I don't know how to say it, right? So I'm looking, and you're not gonna believe this. Look, if I'm sitting like, let me go ahead and. So I'm sitting like this, right? And I'm looking outside the window, and then I see this passing by like that, and it was a close distance. I'm gonna say maybe 50 feet away from the plane, really close distance, like this, slowly, because everything in the air looks slow, right? When you're in the plane, this thing is moving slow, and I'm looking, and it looked like it was like a just like this, but longer. Everybody talks about a cigar, a giant cigar, and always on the one that I told you about Trancas, it was like a white small trail, but on this one it was like black trail. And I don't, you don't hear anything. I'm just seeing everything. There's no light though. There's just solid black, and there's a black trail in the back. So I had to turn around, and I told a lady, "Ma'am, do you see this?" And the lady is already watching, and she's the one that kind of moved my seat. That's why I turned around, and she's excited. I'm excited, and I'm trying to record, but my thing is charging because it's a low battery, so I have no evidence. But that was my first time that I seen something like that too on the sky. On my way to.
So have you ever had any orbs coming up to you, like beautiful orbs?
What is that? If you don't mind telling me.
It's like a round circle with bright lights in it.
Just the one that I seen on Trancas, if you consider them orbs, I think you said.
Okay, so you're probably gonna start seeing them, because I see them all the time now. Like
Oh, and guess what? I forgot. Let me see really quick. Half pint. I think you go by half pint.
Mary.
I seen it before. I'm sorry, I didn't memorize the name, but I seen it before here with them going live. So when I get home, I took my trip, and I can't wait. I call my brother and I tell him, hey man, I seen this. I don't know what it is. Can you help me out? I call my friend too. Can you Google it and let me know if there's something similar to what I seen? So they're looking and everything. They found videos on YouTube. When I got home, I did the same thing. And there's a video where they're talking about a giant cigar, and it's black. And there's other people that have videos of this thing that I have seen. So when I opened up YouTube and I saw it, I got excited. I said, hey, and I had to call my brother from the living room. Hey, come see this. This is what I seen on the sky. This is what I saw in the sky. So there's more people that have seen what I seen.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Isn't it amazing though?
Oh, no, it's to me, I didn't get nervous. It was so excited, nothing but excitement. And I just don't get it. Why me?
You really have nothing to be afraid of, Alex. Dude, this is Encounters for folks just tuning in. We'll be here till roughly near 1:30 this morning. I'm CmdrAleon, your host. My guests are Lynn in the Appalachian Mountains. Alex is sharing stories from California, where there's a hot spot of activity of the spaceships, or what we call unidentified flying objects. And he's been sharing his visual encounters he's had, which are pretty phenomenal, and describing them using a flashlight, giving you an example of what the colors of these lights were. The lights were like a bluish color, evidently, but it was a large spaceship from what he was talking about. And
Let me get my charger really quick because my phone is dying. I'll be back. It doesn't take long.
Yeah, and Scooby-Doo says orbs and UFOs are different, and they sure are. There is a difference.
Yes, they are.
I want to, thank everyone who's tuning in to the show. If you're a new watcher of the program, we're on every night, usually at not at 1 o'clock, at usually 11 o'clock at night. So we'll be on here for a few more minutes, and then we're going to wind it down. All our shows can be watched on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Ashtar Command Spaceship News. So if you get a chance, go to my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. You'll see all the encounter shows on there that we've done since last year.
And I want to send a shout out to everybody here. Thanks for being here. That's good that I'm not the only one. There's some believers here, and that's cool. And I'm happy for you because, like I said, when you started, yeah, you had a small fan base, but now that I see that there's a big community about UFOs, and
yeah,
I don't know if it's right, but people say that it's not a right terminology. It's not aliens. It's people.
It's not aliens. It's basically space beings. I call them space beings.
Okay.
Non-terrestrial. Rainbow, thank you for the heart me. So I try to teach people, don't use the word alien because there's nothing alien about them.
That's what I heard.
Space people from other planetary worlds. They are non-terrestrial beings, is what I call it. That's a good
some
way.
Of your fans right here are saying hi, so I want to say hi to everybody.
Yes,
thanks for being here. Hey, to be honest, since you created this page, I was like, oh man, this is so cool, man. Like, I love you, man. I love you for real. Like, everybody here too. Everybody has a story to tell, so.
Well, you're in the family now. You can't leave now. You're in the family.
I love you too. I love you too.
And right now, since 10:30 tonight, we've had 12,800 people view the show since about 10:30 p.m. tonight.
That's cool.
That's a lot of people.
And the question that I have is, I'm already 48, right? And there's a lot of stories in my country. And sorry about my accent. I know some of you, when people don't know me, I tend to speak too fast and my accent is heavy. And I've been here for 37 years in LA, but my accent doesn't go away.
We understand you just fine.
We understand really good.
In Honduras, there's a lot of stories about UFOs and aliens and all these other stories that you hear. But I had never experienced something like that. And I'm saying, man, at 48, for real?
Yeah.
That's when it happened to me.
Pretty cool. But now do the meditations after we sign off for the night on the show. Do the meditations, and in a few weeks, let us know what happens if you reconnect with the space people on that ship and who they are. We'd all want to know.
Cool.
And thank you, Alex, for sharing your story. It was really nice.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you guys. And I see people here that wants to come in. I don't know, it's up to you guys. But, yeah, that was my time with you guys. I just wanted to talk about this. And
well, cool. Glad you did, Alex. Everybody give Alex a round of applause.
Oh, thank you so much,
Alex, for coming in. And
back to the lady too. Back to your team right here.
Thank you very much, Alex. We appreciate you.
Oh, hey, guess what? I follow you since a long time ago, but for some reason I couldn't find you. And I know I follow you, but TikTok deleted me, and I was, what was his name? Commander. And I finally seen one of your videos that came out finally, and that's everything. Boom, and I follow you again.
Well,
but TikTok messed me up, man. I was happy with your page, and they took you away from me, man.
That's kind of weird. Well, I'm following you, so you should be good.
Thank you.
All right, have a good night.
Okay, I hope you guys like the story. That's my story, and thank you so much. You guys have a beautiful night. I'll be back. Something else, I'll be back.
Oh, we'll have you back. Let us know what happens with your contact in a few weeks.
Oh, one more thing before I go. You gotta clear me this. So in the movies, you always see the Greys, and I thought the Greys were the good ones, but they're saying the Greys really don't like humans, and the ones that like humans are the ones that look like us, but they're blondes and blue eyes. Is that true?
Right. Well, the Greys are not. There's no such thing as Greys. They're called Zeta Reticuli. They're from the Zeta star system. You'll go to star chart, look under Zeta Reticuli. They basically have wiped out. They became very advanced. They were once human, and they kind of wiped out their ability to have human emotions. So they are trying to get back the DNA to incorporate in their DNA to have a more human experience. But it's kind of too late for them. They are not going to be able to keep coming back to Earth. So they're essentially, we're going into a new Earth vibrational frequency. Excuse me, which means that the Zeta, which are not Greys, but the actual terminology is called Zeta Reticuli. So people need to stop using the word alien and just realize if you've had the ones with the big the big heads and the slender bodies without a spacesuit on, some of them do wear spacesuits. They are called Zeta Reticuli.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
All right, Alex.
All right,
Well,
cool.
thank you, man.
Love you guys.
Peace. Much peace to you, my brother.
Thank you.
And
Love you too.
and I'm just gonna bring this down. We're gonna wind down the show. I'm just trying to read. So yeah, it's getting to the time where we're kind of getting faded out a little bit here. Just some updates. We don't have any updates on April yet, but we know she's in good hands with her father on the spaceship, and we'll have her on tomorrow night, unless they keep her off planet for a week. I doubt they'll do that, but you never know, right?
Yeah,
Mary, thank you. Say hello to Ray for me.
I will.
I'll go back to your pictures and I'll try to save them on my on here. All right,
Yeah,
everybody.
because we really need to talk about the one we saw this morning. So,
Yeah. Do you want Ray to talk about it when he's awake?
yeah, since
Yeah,
he's the
we'll do
one
that.
that's seen it.
Okay, we'll do that. I want to thank Murray for being on here.
Thank you, Alex.
Mitchell says, "Oh, the Zetas humans from the future." Not really. They're not from the future. Well, they're in a sense from a different timeline, but they're not necessarily from the future. They're actually from a time when they advanced their civilizations to the point of almost having no human interaction or reactions. But yeah, that's what they did to themselves and their society. Anyway, we're going to call it a night here. Mary, thank you. Thank you, all the people watching it. We'll catch you again tomorrow night for another great edition of Encounters. Take care.
Thank you, guys. I had fun. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Let's see here.